I just killed a low-level slime, but I lost 99% of my HP. So my dad, who always doted on me, was extremely disappointed. Even some random simp who passed by couldn't help but laugh. All because I awakened as an S-rank berserker. Every skill I cast costs HP, but I wasn't worried at all, because I got a cheat ability when I transmigrated. My max HP increases by 10 points every second. Other berserkers lose 99% HP, and become squishy with just a few hundred HP, but I still have hundreds of thousands of HP left. After calculating for 2.5 seconds, even if I sleep at home all day, I can gain 864,000 HP, so even a basic mountain crasher can hit as hard as a nuclear bomb. Right now, I looked at the berserker's exclusive skill, Blood Rage. After activating this skill, every 100 HP I spend voluntarily or otherwise gives me 1 extra strength. I'm done hiding, I'll come clean. If I lose 864,000 HP at once, that's 8640 extra strength, which is 25,920 extra physical attack. I could one-shot anything? Then I checked the other 3 basic skills. Appraisal, inspect items, monsters, classes. Swing your weapon. Deliver a powerful strike. Mountain Crasher, raise your weapon. Leap forward. Smash the ground. Deals damage in a circular area, with diameter based on skill level or strength. Damage equals current strength x 3x skill level. If I pair this with Blood Rage and spend HP on purpose, then one Mountain Crasher deals over 25,000 damage with a diameter of 8.5 kilometers. Now that's a real HP burn build. The Berserker had to enroll at the academy soon. I decided to buy some normal equipment first, then go grind monsters to level up. Before long, I arrived at Blackwater Trading Post in Jiangyun City. I randomly picked a bronze greatsword, a set of bronze medium warrior armor, all for 5,000 dragon coins. I bought everything. When I swiped the card, I checked my balance. Uncle Shenjin Song is awesome. The card he gave me has 3 million dragon coins. 40 minutes later, I reached the grinding area outside Jiangyun City. The newbie dungeon gives great EXP, but you need at least level 1 to enter. I wasn't even level 1 yet, so I could only go to the newbie grinding zone. The newbie zone has safety rules. Professionals can't hurt each other here. After stepping into the newbie zone, I immediately took out my gear from my inventory and put it on. My current HP was 166,000. I needed a spot with high monster density to maximize efficiency, I thought to myself, and ran toward the center of the newbie zone. 10 minutes later, as monster density increased, I started attracting the aggro of all the wild mobs. I stopped right away. Activated Blood Rage. I held my massive square greatsword with both hands. A wave of blood energy exploded outward from my body in all directions as I channeled it on purpose. My HP quickly dropped to 2,000. Blood Rage activated. HP 170,000. Strength Ply 1700. Physical attack Psi 100. Mountain Crasher! I cast it right where I stood. Raising my massive sword high, I leaped off the ground and slammed it into the earth. The ground cracked open. A shockwave of blood energy burst out, with over 5,000 physical attack, spreading instantly in all directions. I saw damage numbers pop up. Within 1.7 kilometers, 456, 214, and so on. Every number meant a wild mob was taken out. All mobs within 1.7 kilometer were wiped out. No exceptions. One shot instantly. Damn. This isn't Mountain Crasher. This is a freaking nuke. Killed 32 level 1 tiger teeth rabbits. Gained 320 EXP. Obtained 32 tiger teeth. Ding, 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 ding. The notifications rang. Golden light flashed around me non-stop. The usual level up glow. One Mountain Crasher. RARS 4 levels up. I opened my class panel and glanced at it. Name Undertaker. Class Berserker. Level 4. HP 172,030. HP and MP fully restore on level up. Without hesitation, I dumped all 20 free stat points straight into strength. I'm a physical berserker. Mental stats are useless to me. After wiping out all mobs in 1.7 kilometers, my confidence soared. I repeated the same AoE nuke. As before, I ran about 2-3 kilometers away. Activated Blood Rage again. HP dropped by 170,000 instantly. Mountain Crasher radius, 1.7 kilometers. Damage, 20,868. The War God leaped again. Killed 21 level 2 hoodlums. Gained 420 EXP. Obtained 21 snake hides. Killed 34 level 1 Akuns. Gained 340 EXP. Obtained 34 basketball leathers. Ding, ding, ding. I frowned a little. I wiped out about the same number of mobs as last time, but only leveled up once. The higher the level, the harder it is to level up. I should go grind in a dungeon instead. Right after I left, A mage came to the newbie zone. He was stunned when he entered. He walked 4 kilos and didn't see a single bunny. At the dungeon entrance, a group of level 20 first-turn professionals were doing power leveling services. Some took cash only, others split the chest rewards. All kinds of deals. I watched for a while and picked the best dungeon for me, Sunset Coliseum, but I wasn't sure about the difficulty. Guys, how much HP does the final boss of Nightmare difficulty have? They saw I was being sincere and a bit confused. A mage girl from a guild spoke up. The final boss of Nightmare Coliseum has 15,000 HP. You're only level 5, bro. Trying Nightmare right now isn't realistic. Want our Misty Rain Tower girls to carry you. No charge, just chat with us. Maybe next time. I smiled politely and activated the portal. Whoosh! I vanished from the entrance. The mage girl was shocked. He wasn't in a party. He's only level 5. And he's soloing the level 15 Nightmare dungeon. Is he crazy? If he clears it, I'll level up on the spot. From feeder to pro. Inside the dungeon, I held my great sword. Standing straight in the center of Sunset Coliseum, facing the monster spawn. I chose this dungeon for a simple reason. Monsters are dense. Grinding speed is fast. One mountain crasher covers the whole map. Next comes the highlight. The thrilling Coliseum battle. Our challenger is ready. Let the carnage begin. Right in front of me, 2 iron gates slammed open. 10 striped patterns surfaced. Rift blood frenzy detonated. Both hands braced on the quadrant greatsword. Blood energy erupted. Without hesitation, I directly dropped my HP to 500. HP instantly reduced by 178,000. Strength increased by 11780. Mountain crushing strike slammed down with my greatsword. Blood energy transformed into a wave that swept the entire arena. The impact instantly wiped out those 10 striped hunting dogs. 1-4-12 full map wipe successful. Killed Levion 15 striped hunting dog X. Gained EXP 250. All 10 dogs were one-shot. I calmly waited for mountain crushing strike to cool down. After a 1-second delay, the iron gate opposite opened again. Still 10 level 15 monsters. Ghost wolves. Mountain crushing strike. Opening move, another wipe. Successfully killed level 15 Ghost Wolf X. Gained EXP 2,250. The first, second, and third waves barely stepped out of the gate before dying to my hand. A full map mountain crushing strike. A steady 2 seconds. One wave down, 20 seconds gone in a blink. After the 10th wave finished spawning, I leveled up to level 6. A dark-skinned goblin riding a timid battle lizard, wielding a curved blade and shield, smashed through the iron bars. The goblin knight boss appeared. LV15, 15,000 HP. This boss doesn't seem like much. Looks like Nightmare difficulty is still far from my limit. Here, have some cheese. After using appraisal, I swung the greatsword and leapt, smashing into the ground. A mountain-crushing strike covering the entire arena. A blood-mixed shockwave swept across instantly. The Level 15 Goblin Knight was instantly killed. 15,000 one hit, dead. Screw you. Successfully killed Level 15 boss Goblin Knight. Gained EXP 2,250. Congratulations on clearing Nightmare Tier Fallen Sunset Arena. Obtained Gold Chest X1. Obtained title Goblin Slayer. As rewards were distributed, I glanced at my EXP bar, just a sliver away from Level 7. Damn, seeing the results screen. I instantly regretted it. I should have wasted a bit more time and farmed the record a few more times. Each run gives record rewards. I was too busy enjoying it. Damn it. I went way too hard. Open the gold chest. Gold chest opened successfully. Congratulations, obtained Bronze Tier LV15 Knight Greatsword X1. Random skill book. I nodded in satisfaction and checked them one by one. Harvest Greatsword set. Normal attacks add 1 point of true damage. My strength just met the requirement. I immediately swapped out my plain white greatsword. Used the LV1 random skill book on the spot. Congratulations, you obtained the general skill, Iron Body, LV1 passive skill plus 10 Constitution. Pretty lucky. Got a universal class skill. Lastly, the title reward, Goblin Slayer. Sten Strength, plus 1% movement speed. Outside the dungeon area, a huge crowd of adventurers blocked the exit completely. All eyes were on the speedrun leaderboard. Sunset Arena speedrun rankings. Solo Nightmare mode. An adventurer carrying a long spear stepped forward. After seeing the name on the board, Xiaohu's first thought was that the board was broken. It had to be broken. LV6 adventurer. Cleared Nightmare Arena in 22 seconds. That's terrifying as hell. Crushed second place by a full 38 minutes. What the hell? What kind of monster class is this guy? Whoosh! I was teleported out of the dungeon. Immediately, he gripped the knight greatsword on his back. Watching the surroundings warily, the dungeon exit was packed with adventurers. Those in front were already holding up phones, snapping pics. Before long, several guilds came over to recruit me. I suddenly smiled at everyone. Don't you want to know what class I am? Clearing Sunset Arena in 22 seconds. Aren't you curious? Someone immediately used appraisal on me. This time, I'd already removed the class concealment. As long as the level gap was under 10, they could see my class name. A few seconds later, "Holy crap, Berserker!" Someone shouted it out. The crowd around me instantly scattered. They left several meters of safe distance. Brothers, I've got something to do. I'm heading out, really not scared. My wife's about to give birth? Yeah, same here. My wife too. In just a few words, those guild members vanished completely. Berserkers are truly infamous in the profession world, known as team killers, friend or foe cleavers, and the backline's mortal enemy. Who would dare party with a berserker? Once they see red and lose control, they crit even their own teammates. So which dungeon next? Goblin Frostcry. No, terrain's too complex. Easy to get lost. I remember the highest dungeon here is LV20. Is that a hidden dungeon? Yeah, the LV20 one is hidden. Majiayun answered nearby. It's in the high-level wild zone, but you can only enter once every 12 hours. Unless you have a pass. You've got a pass? I asked excitedly. No, Ayun shook his head awkwardly. Dungeon passes aren't cheap after all. I've got an arena pass. Want it? A cute baby-faced girl spoke up. Then, the short-haired girl took out a pass and handed it to me. Purgatory Dungeon Pass. Bronze, using this pass. Open Sunset Arena, Purgatory difficulty once. Seeing this, the crowd immediately shouted bids. Rolling Stone Guild offers 10,000 dragon coins. To buy your pass, Sea Blue Guild, 12,000 dragon coins. I ignored them and turned to the short-haired girl. Do you want to sell this pass or run it? I can buy it. Same price they're offering. After hesitating for 2 seconds, the short-haired girl said softly, I want to run it, but I can't solo it. Purgatory difficulty, huh? I'll carry you. I nodded. Okay. The girl lit up with joy. I took her to the dungeon entrance. First, I formed a party with her. Then I used the dungeon pass without hesitation. At the entrance, a portal wreathed in black flames opened, symbolizing purgatory difficulty. Majiayun leaned over. Undertaker's class is Berserker. Aren't you afraid of getting accidentally hurt? The girl froze for 2 seconds, then shook her head. My gear's decent, Undertaker. Undertaker, you're doing purgatory difficulty. Monster stats are at least tripled. It's very dangerous. Ayun turned to me. Want to bring a few more people? I refused without hesitation. More people means splitting a lot of EXP. Then the two of us moved forward, one after the other, vanished into the Hell Difficulty dungeon portal. Hell Difficulty Sunset Coliseum. What's your name? Brother Song, my name is Shuxiao. I'm a lightning mage, currently level 12, a freshman at Jiangyun Academy. At first I didn't pay much attention, but one glance nearly made me jump. Damn, a full set of silver quality lightning mage gear, plus an explosive staff. And she even seemed to be wearing 2 magic boost rings. Whose rich young lady is this? Out here experiencing life. Once the dungeon starts, stand in the back and don't mess around. Just watch me perform. Got it? Did you hear me? Shusho nodded quickly. Holding her staff, she stepped back a few paces. Based on the info, the final boss should have around 30,000 HP. Right now my HP had already been boosted to 190,500, instantly deducting 190,000 HP. One mountain crushing strike hits for over 34,000 damage. No way the final boss can tank that twice. I was very confident. Then I suddenly remembered something important. Shuxiao, do you have any levitation type skills? Cast one on yourself. I do, Brother Song, but it only lasts 1 minute. Zhu Xiao obediently cast levitation on herself. Then her feet left the ground, hovering about 2 meters in the air. 1 minute is enough. I let out a sigh of relief. The next moment, that familiar hype-filled voice echoed above the Sunset Coliseum. Next comes the moment everyone's been waiting for. The blood-pumping beast battle. Our challengers are in position. Let the carnival begin. At the same time, the 2 iron gates in front of me opened. Same as always, 10 striped hunting hounds rushed out. They seemed a lot faster this time. Blood Frenzy activated. I didn't have time to think. I immediately activated my exclusive skill, dropping my HP straight down to 2,500. HP 190,000. Strength Ply1 900. Mountain Crushing Strike Range 1.9 kilometer. Damage 35 Us 478. The War God leaped high and slashed the ground. Blood energy turned into a shockwave sweeping the arena, instantly killing all 10 striped hunting hounds. Successfully killed level 15 striped hunting hounds. Gained 2,250 EXP. Xu Xiao hovered in midair, looking completely stunned. She suddenly didn't know what to say. Her brain basically overheated. So this is hell difficulty. It's nothing like what I imagined. This is way too scary. Stay in the air. Coming down might be dangerous. After the reminder, I hefted my Knight Greatsword again, waiting for Mountain Crushing Strike to come off cooldown, and the second wave to spawn cooldown finished. The War God jumped again. The Greatsword slammed down. A blood shockwave spread out. The 10 ghost wolves that just spawned were tough. They didn't even make a sound. Then came the 3rd, 4th, and 5th waves, leveling me up to 7. Grinding felt amazing, but I was also puzzled. Hell difficulty is basically just monsters with about triple stats. For me, it makes no difference. Still one-shot kills. Xu Xiao standing behind me gripped her staff. Suddenly, she realized she was basically just a spectator. As the last 2 waves approached, I gave a warning. The boss is coming. When I turned around, Xu Xiao was floating in midair, holding a staff in one hand and her phone in the other, filming my back from above. What can I say? Once I make a move, one skill wipes the whole map. No chance for the little girl to show off. Mountain Crushing Strike cleared the last 2 waves. 1 second later, a familiar figure burst through the iron gate, making a flashy entrance. A dark-skinned goblin riding a cowardly lizard, before it even steadied itself. An appraisal beam like a silver snake of lightning hit. Then a Mountain Crushing Strike covering 1.9 kilometer landed. 3 skills hit at once, like supersized silver lightning across the screen. The instant they hit the Goblin Knight boss, the blood shockwave from Mountain Crushing Strike followed. 70, mine 56. That huge number left me stunned. What the hell? That looks like a crit. A hell difficulty Goblin Knight. Only has a bit over 30,000 HP, right? Xu Xiao slowly floated down and spoke apologetically. I just cast a skill. Brother Song, crit up. Defense down. I suddenly understood. That's my Lightning Mage's exclusive skill, but it only lasts 1 second. Then the final kill and dungeon clear messages rang out. Successfully killed level 15 boss Goblin Knight. Gained 3,000 EXP. Congratulations on clearing the hell difficulty dungeon, Sunset Coliseum. Brother Song, I got a title. Xu Xiao beside me looked excited. Since we were a 2-person team, both Xu Xiao and I got the title Hell Gladiator Silver. Temporary strength boost. Temporary agility boost. Movement speed, plumb 5%. As for the title, I didn't care much. Next came loot box time. I cracked my knuckles and took a deep breath. Level 15. Hell chest opened successfully. Congratulations, you obtained a silver tier level 15 Duelist War Spear X1. Silver tier level 15 Duelist set. Holy crap, this hell chest is stacked. No wonder every guild guards their passes so tightly. This silver tier level 15 Duelist Spear can't be used by berserkers, so it's only good for trading or selling. The set doesn't have strict restrictions. I can wear it. Next was a first advancement skill stone, and all the hell minion fragments went into my bag. Skill stone, first advancement, Levinder 1 to 20. After using this item, you can choose one Elevator 1 to 20 skill to level up by 1. Brother Song! Brother Song! I opened my chest and got a level 15 random skill book. Xu Xiao let out a surprised scream. I froze for a second, thinking I opened mine too early. I should have let her boost the luck first. Damn it. All that 648 whale experience from my past life wasted. But unexpectedly, without hesitation, Xu Xiao handed the level 15 skill book to me. It's yours, Brother Song. Thanks, I didn't even hesitate. Quick decision. I mean, that's a level 15 skill book. If it rolls a good skill, I'd be flying high. A level 15 skill book. I'll check the market price later and transfer the money to you. Xu Xiao froze for 2 seconds, then replied hesitantly, I'm not short on money. Brother Song, can I get your contact info? I immediately went on guard. She's after me. Fine. I added Xu Xiao on WeChat without hesitation. With a serious face, after we're out, don't tell anyone. You got that? Got it. Got it. Zhou nodded. Quick snaps. After hesitating a bit, I decided to borrow some of Xu Xiao's luck. Before we got forcibly kicked out of the dungeon, I used the level 15 skill book. Skill book used successfully. Congratulations, you obtained a level 15. Special skill. Blade Blood. LV1 consumes a huge amount of HP to form blood blades. Each blade deals damage equal to 5% of HP consumed. Damage is based on how much HP you use. It's custom made. Too bad it's a special skill. From now on, you can only level it up with skill stones or skill books. Both of us were really satisfied inside the dungeon. Things were great, but outside all the pros were totally stunned. My name showed up on the dungeon ranking again, but this time, I beat the 2-player Purgatory record. Sunset Coliseum speedrun duo Purgatory. Wait, no. Who the hell is Song Zhang? He's only level 7. How did he even clear Purgatory? And pull off an insane 22-second clear? Ha ha ha. Look, the Rolling Stone Guild leader's face is pitch black. Damn, he lost 2 records in one day. And 2 titles. At the dungeon speedrun board, a bunch of pros were loving it. The happier they were, the more miserable guild leader Shiru felt. No way I'm letting this slide. Holding back doesn't always fix things. But backing down just makes you angrier. God damn it! Our Rolling Stone Guild just lost our records. No other guild gets to relax either. We're going all in. Xiaohu beside him froze for a few seconds, then asked carefully, Boss, are you declaring war on the other guilds? No, Shiru shook his head and said with a cold smile, I still have 3 Purgatory passes. I'll hand out the Purgatory passes and get Song Zhang to beat the records for us. Whoosh! 2 figures appeared at the dungeon exit. The 1-way is Song Zhang. The 1-6 is Xu Xiao. Seeing another huge crowd watching at the exit, I was already used to it. Rumble. A bunch of Rolling Stone members swarmed over, like they were about to jump us. Shiru walked up with a smile and talked to me about carrying their runs. Sure, but 10,000 dragon coins per record. I kept a polite smile on my face. Shiru gritted his teeth and nodded. Deal. No problem, since we're already committed. Shiru didn't mind spending another 30,000 dragon coins. He smiled at me. I'm paying extra. How about you represent our Rolling Stone Guild? Just in name only. You can leave anytime you want later, no pressure. No problem, I agreed right away. Which dungeons you want to run? Cat Demon Ruins. Zombie Dungeon, Goblin Grotto. Just these 3. Shiru already had it planned. He tossed out 3 Purgatory passes, 2 level 10 dungeons, 1 level 15 dungeon. I sipped my iced happy soda and checked the dungeon rankings. All were 2-player Purgatory records. I sorted it out in my head, then turned to Xu Xiao. I see you aren't in a guild either. Join with me just for show, and we'll break a couple more records for fun. Sure! Xu Xiao happily agreed at once. We rested for 5 minutes. Then Xu Xiao and I temporarily joined Rolling Stone Guild. Next, I put away the 3 Purgatory passes and headed for the dungeon entrance. 1 pass was used, and a portal wreathed in black flames opened up. Xu Xiao and I stepped in one after another. Wait, Song Zhang. He started another Purgatory dungeon. Looks like Cat Demon Ruins. Oh no, he's going after our Cloudstream Guild. Holy crap, he's gonna beat our record. Hurry, tell the boss. Now the leaders of the other guilds panicked too. Can't even relax without getting screwed. Inside Purgatory Cat Demon Ruins, I looked at the town ruins ahead, with its complicated layout, and suddenly remembered a big problem. I don't know the way. It's okay, Brother Song. I've run this dungeon before. Xu Xiao finally felt useful, and walked ahead voluntarily. This dungeon looks complicated. But actually, you just fight all the way to the clock tower in the middle. Just charge straight through. I thought for a moment, Xu Xiao recalled, and continued. If you run this dungeon normally, you have to light the 4 flames in the corners to get a power-up buff. Don't worry, we don't need the mechanics. I pulled Xu Xiao back behind me. Does the boss have a health bar? If it shows up, I'll one-shot it. I pulled out my greatsword and put on my level 15 Silver Gladiator set. I'd been pumping all my points into strength, so I met the requirements for high-level gear. I glanced at my class panel. Name Songza. Class Berserker. Level 7, HP 205,000. First I activated my unique skill, Blood Rage. But this time, I didn't rush to spend HP for more strength. Brother Song, should I use Float again later? Xu Xiao had already put on her Raven Mage hood and held her explosion staff behind me and asked quietly, wait for my order. Cast it when I tell you. Before I finished, from the town ruins ahead, cat demons started appearing one by one, along with a creepy cry like an old cat howling at night, coming from deep inside the ruins. A dozen cat demons got some kind of order and leaped straight at Xu Xiao and me. Bladestorm Blood Rain. I held my greatsword on one shoulder and stretched my other hand forward. Blood energy exploded out of me. In an instant, the blood energy around me solidified into real blood rain. In just a few seconds, a full 2,000 blood blades had formed. I raised my hand and pointed. The 2,000 blood blades let out sharp whooshing sounds, turning into red streaks of light, just like arrows. 1412. In the blink of an eye, all dozen cat demons were instantly killed. Successfully killed 18 level 10 screaming cat demons. Obtained 2,700 EXP. After the cat demons were wiped out, the surrounding ruins started collapsing. Buildings that were barely standing were completely flattened by the blood blades. Damage per blood blade equals 5% of HP consumed. That's 10,000 damage per blade. If all 2,000 blood blades hit the same target, and all multi-hits connect. It should be 20 million damage. I was shocked. One cast of Bloodblade Rain cost me 200,000 HP. My unique skill, Blood Rage, still worked. HP, 200,000. Strength plus 2,000. Mountain Crusher range increased to 2 kilometers. After wiping out the first wave of cat demons, I didn't bother with dungeon mechanics. I took Xu Xiao straight to the clock tower in the middle. The girl wisely cast Float on herself, so she wouldn't get crushed by my Mountain Crusher. 1314, Mountain Crusher start. Warrior Lands. Successfully killed 7 level 10 screaming cat demons. Obtained 1050 EXP. Xu Xiao obtained 1050 EXP. 3 minutes later, Xu Xiao and I reached the ruined clock tower. I leveled up to level 8. Everywhere I went, a 2-kilometer radius was completely flattened. Ready to trigger the final boss. I rolled my shoulders. Excited to fight. The bell rang and the boss appeared. A notification popped up. Congratulations. You obtained the hidden title, Ruin Demolition Crew. I'm totally confused. Dang, dang, dang! The tower shook violently, making an ear-splitting noise. A cat demon squatted at the top of the clock tower, revealing a pale human face, grinning viciously at the two of us below. Human-faced cat demon boss level 10. HP 11,000. Even weaker than the black-skinned goblin. The human-faced cat demon leaped, jumping down from the top of the clock tower. Its first target was obviously me. Heavy slash. I didn't use Mountain Breaker this time. I switched to a basic single-target attack skill. Just a normal heavy slash, but it dealt a massive 52,008 damage. I gripped my knight's greatsword over my shoulder and slashed backward, hitting the leaping cat demon dead on. 11,000 damage. The human-faced cat demon instantly shattered into pieces, flying backward. Successfully killed level 10 human-faced cat demon. Obtained a 500 EXP. Congratulations! You cleared Purgatory Cat Demon Ruins. Obtained level 10, Purgatory Treasure Chest X1. Breaking the record feels awesome. Xu Xiao, you open the chest first. I didn't rush to open mine. I let Xu Xiao test her luck first. New title, Cat Demon Slayer. Agility plus 10, correct. Damage to beast-type monsters. Plus 1%. Xu Xiao was muttering away. I couldn't catch a word she said. Then she suddenly shouted and opened her Purgatory treasure chest. Her face immediately fell. I knew my chance had come. I quickly followed and opened my level 10 Purgatory treasure chest. Level 10. Purgatory. Treasure chest opened successfully. Congratulations, you obtained Silver Grade level 10. Broken Longbow and Silver Grade level 10 Ranger set. My face dropped too. Guess this dungeon just isn't good. Xu Xiao didn't get anything good. Neither did I. A full Silver Grade level 10 Ranger set. Totally useless to me, but I can sell it or trade it. After that, I took Xu Xiao and left the Cat Demon Ruins. As soon as we exited the dungeon, we saw Shiru, leader of Rolling Stone Guild, looking extremely excited. He rushed over happily. Awesome, Undertaker bro. You broke the record again. Second place is Cloudstream Guild. Their dungeon record is 1358. About a 10-minute difference. Not too big a gap. I didn't say much, just nodded at Shiru. Next, we're doing Zombie Dungeon. I immediately took Xu Xiao and entered Purgatory Zombie Dungeon. The dungeon vanished in a flash. Inside the dungeon area, when he saw us go straight to the next dungeon, without even resting, Shiru was amazed. He lit a cigarette. Look at that efficiency. No wonder paid work gets done fast. This is great! Our Rolling Stone Guild will soon have 3 dungeon records. 5 minutes later, the guild leaders of the other 3 guilds hurried to the dungeon area. Cloudstream, Azure Blue, Misty Rain Tower. What's going on? Holy crap! 305. Is this even humanly possible? Cloudstream's leader stared blankly. Look at the new record. Someone shouted. All 4 guild leaders, including Shiru, immediately looked at the dungeon ranking board. At the newly posted record, Zombie Dungeon ranking, Duo Purgatory total time improved by 30 whole minutes. Why? Chu Yanyu pushed his glasses in total disbelief. As everyone was talking, Xu Xiao and I appeared at the dungeon exit again, but both of us looked pretty unhappy. Last dungeon, I wasn't even in the mood to talk to them. I took Xu Xiao to the dungeon entrance and used our last Purgatory pass. Goblin Cave is a level 15 dungeon, one I really hate running. Twists and turns, winding paths everywhere, even worse than Zombie Dungeon. Luckily, Xu Xiao was my human GPS. Where did all my luck go? This can't be. Neither of those Purgatory chests gave good loot. I thought to myself, but I kept swinging my knight's greatsword. Heavy slash. I swung the greatsword repeatedly. The incoming giant goblins flew back one after another. turning into bursts of blood. Here, 2899. Successfully killed level 15 giant goblin X12. Obtained 2700 EXP. Brother Song, turn this corner, and we'll reach the core of Goblin Cave. Soon we arrived at the final lair, Mountain Breaker. I'm gonna mess with these green goblins, play some tricks. As soon as the monsters surrounded us, I jumped up. 42,555. Damage numbers popped up like crazy. Dozens of giant goblins just showing themselves were instantly killed, turned into EXP. Here they come. Hanging in midair, Xuxiao rubbed her hands excitedly, raising her phone early, ready to film my highlight moment. With a deep roar, a goblin king, over 2 meters tall, stood up from his throne in the inner lair, dragging a huge bronze hammer. How dare you invade my goblin territory? Human! Mountain Crusher! I didn't even bother using appraisal this time. In fact, I wasn't gonna let the Goblin King finish his line. I raised my knight's greatsword, jumped in place. Mountain Crusher! Boom! The shockwave of blood energy slammed into an area over 2,000 square meters. A massive 45,507 damage engulfed the entire lair. Before the Goblin King could finish speaking, he was instantly turned into blood mist, leaving only his bronze hammer behind. Successfully killed level 15 Goblin King. Obtained 2,500 EXP. Congratulations, you cleared Purgatory Goblin Cave. Obtained level 15 Purgatory Treasure Chest. EXP flooded into me in Xuxiao. Golden light of leveling up flashed. I reached level 9. She reached level 13. Same rule, I'll open first, Xuxiao asked. Go ahead, I nodded casually, glancing at my new title, Lair Destroyer. Silver Physique plus Des. Damage to humanoid monsters, plus 1%. A silver grade level 15 staff. A weapon I could actually use. Brother Song! Brother Song! Look! Xuxiao was thrilled after opening her chest. She quickly equipped the new staff and showed it to me. Okay, I wish, using Xuxiao's 10 years of being single, that I get something great this time. I need a good drop, I mumbled, and opened my Purgatory Treasure Chest. Level 15 Purgatory Treasure Chest opened successfully. Congratulations, you obtained Silver Grade Level 15 King Hammer. S1 Silver Grade Level 15 Strength Ring. Wishing works. This gear is perfect for me. And a Strength Ring. I was very satisfied. Let's go. I called Xuxiao. When we get out, head back to school. It's getting late. What about you, Brother Song? Xuxiao asked. Curiously, I'm gonna head to the high-level wild area. Heard a hidden dungeon is about to respawn. I gotta go check it out. Sure, Brother Song. I'll dig it up for you in a bit. A guide for the hidden dungeon in the high-level wild area. I'll make you a personal dungeon navigation. Xuxiao looked dead serious. After teleporting out of the dungeon, Xuxiao waved at me, stuffed a bunch of silver tier gear, and left. Left real quick. I gave Shu all the extra weapons and gear I didn't need. I gave them all to Shu. It covered the debt for that level 15 skill book. After I got out of the dungeon, I was kind of surprised. I thought a bunch of players would be swarming here, but the number of players near the dungeon was at least half less than before. Come on, Songzang. Have a seat, bro. Shikuyu gestured. Songzang sat down. He glanced at the dungeon progress board, satisfied. I think I'll pass. I'm heading to the high-level wild area. I grabbed a few bottles of iced soda, put them into my inventory bag. Shiru caught on right away. Bro, you're going all out. You're actually gonna hunt the hidden dungeon. In the high-level wild area, there are no rules against attacking each other. Speaking of the hidden dungeon, I gotta warn you. Bro, Shiru thought for a second, then went on. 3 guilds have already headed to the hidden dungeon. When it respawns, they're gonna clear the whole area. Clear the area? I nodded thoughtfully, basically just hogging all the resources by force. Those 3 guilds teamed up to get back at us. For breaking their records, they're targeting our Rolling Stone Guild. I was totally confused. Targeting your Rolling Stone Guild. What's that got to do with me? I waved at Shiru, said goodbye, and quit the guild right away. No hesitation at all. Those 3 guilds are after your Rolling Stone Guild. What's that to do with me, a solo player named Song Zheng? Oh crap, after going through all this, I'm the only one who got screwed. Shiru was freaking out. At the high-level wild area, I stared at the guide map Xuxiao sent me on my phone. Started looking for the way. I could easily find the hidden dungeon. I casually sliced up a weak mob blocking my way, collected the EXP and materials, kept moving forward, studying the map and slaying mobs along the way. Glanced at my class panel. I started thinking about my weaknesses. I put all my stats into strength every level. I did it to meet the requirements for that level 15 weapon. With my current strength at 202, even without activating Blood Rage, a basic normal attack with my hammer already deals over 600 damage. So what I really lack are survival skills. Speed buffs, blink, or flash skills would work. I planned this all in my head and silently made a wish. I'll trade Brother Shiru's 10 years of being single for a godly drop in the hidden dungeon. It was already evening. In the misty forest of the high-level wild area, players were already waiting in advance, all from those 3 guilds. Each guild had 1 guild leader and 5 members. 3 teams guarding the hidden dungeon entrance, waiting for it to fully open. Just then, I rushed over with my king hammer, walked right between the 3 teams like no one was watching, headed straight for the portal. Hey, who are you? Which guild are you from? Freeze right there. Liu Yun saw something was wrong. Quickly shouted to stop me. Songzang, a mage girl from Misty Rain Tower, exclaimed in surprise. She looked thrilled. What are you doing here? You want to run the hidden dungeon too. What level are you even at? You dare to challenge this dungeon? This is a level 20 hidden dungeon. It's extremely difficult. Thanks for the heads up. I nodded politely, letting her know I got it. Before I even finished speaking, the white portal suddenly spread outward. From the inside, ring after ring of pitch-black flames appeared. What's going on? Why did the hidden dungeon turn into hell mode this time? That's not even the main problem. I swear I remember. When a hidden dungeon goes hell mode, entry count drops from 10 to 3. Did someone just enter the hidden dungeon? When they saw the black hell mode flames coming out of the portal. Hidden dungeon, dark chamber. Entries remaining 2. The priest girl from Misty Rain Tower was super sharp. The second she saw me step into the portal, she did a slide smoother than an assassin's. Chased right after me. Touched the portal second. The 5 players from Azure Sea Guild followed suit. They didn't even stop to think. Just go in first, figure it out later. Whoosh! 5 more players entered. Holy crap! Liu Yun suddenly snapped back to his senses, slapped himself hard twice. He watched helplessly as the dungeon was stolen. Liu Yun was absolutely furious now. His record got broken. The dungeon got stolen. He completely lost his mind. Call every guild member in the high-level wild area over here. We're gonna gank this Songzang today, no matter what. The rest is novel content. To read more, download the Wukong browser app. Search for the book title or keyword, Demon God. Continue reading the story. Standing at the forest entrance, looking at the winding path ahead, Songzang looked down again. Checked the guide map on his phone. Good thing I'm 1 step ahead. Saved the map offline in advance. Still, this dark forest doesn't seem too complicated. Just push straight along this path, right? After studying it for 2 minutes, Songzang put his phone away, held his king hammer in hand, wore his gladiator set, and a strength ring on his thumb. Songzang showed the respect the hidden dungeon deserved. Hurried forward along the forest path. Songzang walked steadily, no rush at all. Mainly because the hidden dungeon hadn't respawned yet. Once the record is broken, fast or slow doesn't matter. Damned intruder, along with a low roar, a huge burly figure, appeared in front of Songzang. It was a minotaur over 2.8 meters tall, huge and muscular, held a giant axe in his hand. His eyes glowed blood red. Songzang raised his hand and cast Identify. Monster name, Minotaur Behemoth. Elite. Monster level, LV20, HP 35,000. MP 500 STR 213 MNT 102 Con 2123 AGI 98. Skill, Shattering Strike. Savage Charge. This hell mode hidden dungeon is really no joke. A random level 20 elite mob. Has 35,000 HP. Nice toughness. EXP must be really good too. After glancing at the Minotaur Behemoth's info, Songzang nodded in satisfaction. Obviously, this was a strength and health-focused mob. Makes sense, it has more HP than a level 15 boss. Blood Rage. Songzang didn't bother analyzing the Minotaur. He opened his exclusive skill right away. Blood Rage. Then cast the skill. Blades of Blood Rain. With a burst of blood energy, blades of blood rain formed one after another, rapidly around Songzang, a full 2,400 blades in the blink of an eye. 240,000 damage from blades of blood rain, 2,400 blades, 12,000 damage per blade. The Tauren Behemoth used Wild Charge. Its 2 horns were as thick as an adult's lower legs. Aimed straight at Songzang, its hind hooves stomped hard on the ground, sending out a ring of cracks. Just as the Tauren Behemoth charged at him, Songzang casually raised his hand and swung. 2,400 Bloodblade rain projectiles immediately stirred up a blood-red gust of wind. Whooshing sounds filled the air. The Bloodblade rain wasn't exactly fast, but the Tauren Behemoth was just way too big. A huge body usually means you're a walking target. 2,400 Bloodblade Rain projectiles. Even if Song Zhang didn't aim and just threw them all out at once, the Tauren behemoth would still impale itself. Thud thud thud. Bloodblade Rain hit the Tauren behemoth repeatedly, 35,000. Successfully killed level 20 elite monster, Tauren Behemoth X1. Obtained 4,987 EXP. Obtained material, Tauren Behemoth. Hardhorn X2. The EXP was really generous. Nice. Song Zhang nodded in satisfaction. He took down a level 20 elite with a flick of his wrist. Holding the king's hammer, Song Zhang moved forward, rushing quickly along the path. Soon, the second wave of monsters ran into Song Zhang. A group of highly agile monsters, ghostly cat demons. Mountain climbing roosters. Song Zhang slammed the king's hammer into the ground. A spreading blood energy shockwave immediately covered a full 2,400 square meters. 62,448 damage per second. A dozen ghostly cat demons just appearing. Didn't even get to make a sound, before being crushed into blood mist. Successfully killed level 20 monster, ghostly cat demon X12. Obtained 2,662 EXP. Awesome, so many monsters, and tons of EXP. If I clear this hidden dungeon, I might hit level 10. He hurried along the winding forest path. While the other two teams were still struggling with the Tauren behemoth, Song Zhang had already pushed through 1/3 of the dark forest hidden dungeon. After the first wave, ghostly cat demons. The second dense wave, burning choo-choo. One glance, and they became Song Zhang's EXP. Successfully killed level 20, monster burning choo-choo X11. Obtained 2,312 EXP. Then came the third, fourth, fifth waves. Successfully killed level 20, monster vicious goblin X17. Obtained 4,033 EXP. Successfully killed level 20. Monster Razor Hamster X14. Obtained 3,515 EXP. Successfully killed level 20 monster. Mutant Minotaur X12. Obtained 2,117 EXP. Hardly any group of monsters could make Song Zhang stop for even a second. Don't ask, just avalanche strike. Within 2.4 kilometers, not a single monster remained standing. 10 minutes later. Wait, why is there a fork in the road? Seeing the forest path split in two, Song Zhang froze for 2 seconds. He took out his phone and checked the offline guide. The guide did mention a fork. In the hell-level dark forest, there were 2 bosses to fight, but no matter which path you took, you'd meet one at random. The 2 paths lead to 2 different bosses. Song Zhang held the king's hammer in one hand and checked the guide with the other. The difference between hidden and normal dungeons was huge. Hidden ones had entry limits. They only respawned after a while. They were mysterious and much harder. Guides weren't very detailed. Normal dungeons were easier. You could run them every day. They were already fully figured out by pros. It was true there were 2 bosses. Whatever, I'll just pick one. Song Zhang didn't waste time. If he could choose, he'd take both bosses. He stepped onto one path. Almost as soon as Song Zhang entered, a dull whooshing sound, mixed with weird giggling, rushed at him. Heavy Slash, Song Zhang countered with level 9 Heavy Slash. A basic level 9 skill, but it dealt over 70,000 damage. Same as Avalanche Strike, just a single target skill. He swung the king's hammer at the shadow. At the same time, Song Zhang used Inspect on that figure, but he only caught the monster's name, Insane Fighter. Humanoid monster. Oh, it's an elite. The next second, a loud boom. Blood mist exploded. The king's hammer in Song Zhang's hand slammed into the insane professional. Over 60,000 damage. Instantly blew him up. Successfully killed level 20 elite monster. Insane Fighter X1. Obtained 5,451 EXP. Obtained equipment, bronze grade level 20. Worn biker suit. It dropped an equipment. Too bad I didn't see if it was a male or female fighter. Whatever, it's already blood mist. Doesn't matter anymore. Song Zhang shook his head slightly and put away the equipment. Bronze grade level 20 was just okay. And it was for a fighter. Song Zhang wasn't interested. He kept going. Meanwhile, outside the hidden dungeon, Chu Yanyu from Misty Rain Tower and Chen Lan from Ocean Blue Guild both looked unhappy. Old Liu, think twice. Calm down. Chen Lan looked at Liu Yun and warned earnestly. Song Zhang is obviously trouble. Don't make this bigger than it is. He's trouble. So I have to be nice. Liu Yun sneered. Liu Gun had already called, summoning all professionals from Liu Yun Guild in the high-level wild zone. He was clearly planning to surround Song Zhang. Forget it, don't bother persuading him. Chu Yanyu whispered to Chen Lan, we should call our people too, in case we can't take Song Zhang down, and Liu Yun comes for us instead. We can't risk it. You're right. Chen Lan suddenly realized. He quickly took out his phone. Liu Yun looked like he'd lost his mind, trying to gank Song Zhang with numbers. But who knew what he was really planning? This was a high-level wild zone, no rules to protect anyone. What if they failed to kill Song Zhang and got ganked themselves? Then they'd be dead. Who would they complain to? Hello? This is Chen Lan. All professionals above level 15, gather at Misty Forest immediately. Yes, put on your best gear. We're about to fight. Misty Forest, gather here. All professionals farming in the high-level wild zone, get here as fast as you can. Don't ask questions. Chu Yanyu was also on the phone, giving orders, calling his men. This could go either way, but they had to be ready. Where there are people, there's drama, and scheming is unavoidable. Chu Yanyu would rather be wrong about Liu Yun than put himself and his core team in danger. What if Liu Yun Guild showed up with 20 people, but Misty Rain Tower only had the leader and 5 members? Anyone could see who'd die first. President Chu, should we hide first? No need. Chu Yanyu glanced at Chen Lan, his face calm. Everyone gets it now. It just comes down to who gets their people here faster. Yeah, you're right. Qinlan nodded. Inside the dark forest. Blood Frenzy, Blade Storm, Blood Rain. 2 skills were cast back to back. Song Kong's HP was crushed down in an instant, by a full 250,000 points. The full HP he'd just recovered after leveling up dropped back to critical. But for Song Kang, being at low HP was when his combat power and damage exploded the hardest. This was his first time running into flying monsters. Over 20 bloodthirsty black crows. 500 blades. Blood Rain should be a guaranteed win. That's basically a 1-to-100 ratio. No way he loses. Song Sung had victory in hand. Not panicking at all. More than 20 bloodthirsty black crows hovered in midair. All of them were level 20 flying monsters. A pitch-black swarm, giving off an intense sense of pressure. But that was all it was, just pressure. Flying monsters usually don't have much HP. Even level 20 flyers wouldn't survive. A single Blade Storm Blood Rain. That one cast alone dealt 2,500 damage. Caw, caw! Harsh, ugly crow cries rang out from the air. Amid the chaotic flapping of wings, over 20 bloodthirsty black crows began to dive. Target locked. Straight at Brother Song Sang. Here came the area anti-air fire. Song Zhang had been waiting for this moment. He immediately raised his hand and swung. Whoosh, 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 2,500 blades of blood rain. Instantly stirred up, a dense blood-red raging storm. When you're broke, you use tactics. When you're rich, you carpet bomb. More than 20 bloodthirsty black crows looked like a lot, but the instant they made contact, they were all wiped out. Successfully killed level 20 monster bloodthirsty black crow X27. Gained 7,141 EXP. As long as the coverage is big enough, accuracy doesn't really matter that much. Song Tang was very satisfied with that move. He carried the king's hammer and continued onward. After turning up a slope, Song Kang realized he had already stepped into the final boss, camp. A ring of uneven wooden fences surrounded the area. The strangely shaped war vehicle stood alone in the center of the camp. It looked like a heavily armored tank, but was actually a supersized engineering war machine. At the front was a millstone-sized serrated wheel. One cast of appraisal. Song Sang got the info he wanted. Monster name Ancient War Chariot, boss. Monster level LV20. Monster stats HP 40,500, MP 0. Strength 0, Spirit 300, Constitution 0, Agility 300. Skill, Death Charge. Skill, Cutting Flywheel Self-Destruct. Only a bit over 40,000 HP. Song Sang instantly made an accurate judgment. He could one-shot it. Whether it was Heavy Slash or Mountain Crushing Strike, both dealt up to 73,89 damage. Even if this Ancient War Chariot was a structure-type monster, with extremely high defense, it absolutely couldn't tank over 70,000 damage, one clean hit. And it was guaranteed. Buzz, the Ancient War Chariot boss, started up. The serrated wheel began spinning at high speed. The 4 steam chimneys at the back started spewing massive amounts of steam. Song Zhang, the Mountain Crusher, had no intention of watching as the chariot started up. Relying on the Mountain Crushers, huge 2.5 kilometer attack range, he could keep a safe distance and still instantly kill this level 20 boss. Boom, the king's hammer slammed down. Blood energy mixed with shockwave spread rapidly outward. A massive 73,089 damage instantly smashed the ancient war chariot boss into a pile of scrap. Successfully killed level 20 boss ancient war chariot X1. Gained 8,224 EXP. Damn you, invader! You actually destroyed my great invention. An enraged, shrill scream came from inside the wrecked chariot. Then Song Kang saw a big-headed gnome jump out from inside. Wait, this boss has a second phase. Song Sang froze for less than a second before reacting. This didn't look like a normal second phase. He raised his hand and cast appraisal again. Monster name Zulu Inventor, boss. Monster level LV20. HP 54,200, MP 1,000, Strength 52, Spirit 320, Constitution 104, Agility 311. Skill, Gabo Fist. Skill, Death Airdrop. Skill, Sweet Missile of Science. Did I accidentally trigger a second boss? Then the trigger condition must be a one-shot. Combining this with guides he'd read before, Song Kang immediately understood what was going on. The hidden dungeon, Dark Forest, has different monsters. Based on difficulty, the current Dark Forest was Hell difficulty. At this level, there would be 2 different final bosses. In theory, you'd only encounter 1 per run, but that mountain-crushing strike just now instantly killed the ancient war chariot boss, accidentally triggering the second boss, the Zulu Inventor. There's no such thing as double fists in the world. As long as you kill fast enough, that's all that matters. Watching the Zulu Inventor hopping around in place, shouting loudly, Song Sang felt his luck was pretty insane. 2 bosses in 1 dungeon run. That felt amazing. After a quick glance at the Zulu Inventor boss's stat panel, Song Sang backed up a bit. He still had no intention of going in close. This was clearly a magic-using monster. Song Sang always put his own safety first, especially when his HP was down by 250,000. Blood Frenzy, the Berserker's exclusive skill, was universally recognized as a double-edged sword. Based on Song Kang's current HP ratio, he'd lost nearly 99% of his HP, which meant his defense was also reduced by 99%. In this state, if the boss even touched him once, Song Sang really couldn't guarantee he'd be fine. 1 mistake and he'd be dead. Totally not worth it. This world wasn't a game. If you died, you were really dead. There was no restart. While the Zulu Inventor's feet were on the ground, Song Kang gripped the king's hammer without hesitation. He chose to repeat the same trick, only a few hundred meters apart, but completely safe. The blood-boosted mountain-crushing strike shockwave slammed down, dealing a massive 73,089 damage. It hit the Zulu Inventor boss from hundreds of meters away. Come on, man! This mountain-crushing strike has a 2.5 kilometer coverage radius. Successfully killed level 20 boss Zulu Inventor X1. Gained 9,020 EXP. Obtained equipment. Silver tier level 20 concealed cloak, armor. Congratulations! You have cleared the Hell difficulty in Hidden Dungeon Dark Forest. Obtained level 20 Hell Chest. Obtained level 20 Hidden Chest. Obtained Hidden Title, Total Annihilation. Current clear time, 17 minutes, 21 seconds. That's why Hidden Dungeon rewards are the best. So juicy, Song Kang nodded in satisfaction. 2 chests in 1 go, plus a hidden title. You could say it was a huge win. The words hidden title caught Song Kang's attention. Title name, Total Annihilation. Hidden unique. Title quality silver. Title stats plus 10 strength, plus 10 spirit, plus 10 constitution. Plus 10 agility. Damage to structure type monsters plus 1%. Damage to mechanical monsters plus 1%. Physical damage reduction plus 1%. Title description. Kill both Dark Forest bosses in 1 run. Obtainable upon completion. This title is unique and hidden. It cannot be obtained again. Damn, this hidden title has some nice stats. A unique hidden title with boosts to all 4 attributes. Which means no one before him had ever cleared both Dark Forest bosses in 1 go. Song Sang thought about it for a moment. Got it. This title is really valuable. First, the conditions to trigger the second boss consecutively are super strict. Song Sang did some calculations and figured you need to take down the first boss in a really short time, Ancient Chariot. Only then can you trigger the second boss. Take Inventor, for example. A level 20 professional running the Dark Forest dungeon. With their level, stats, and combat power, how could they easily one-shot the ancient chariot boss? Sure, pros above level 20 might do it. But once you exceed the dungeon's level limit and run it again, you get no EXP. No rewards at all either. How are you supposed to get the hidden title then? As for the unique description, it means only Songzang got it, and no one else will ever get it again. This hidden title, super worth it and super rare. Now it's time to open the chests. I wish I could trade Brother Ruru's 10 years of being single. 20 years of being single for these two chests. One hit god-tier loot. Songzang mumbled to himself and opened both chests. Level 20 Purgatory chest opened successfully. Congratulations, you obtained level 20 skill book, Absolute Defense. Crafting material, Purgatory Minion Shard. Level 20 hidden chest opened successfully. Congratulations, you obtained silver rank level 20 Inventor Greatsword. First transition EXP book. Crafting material, Alloy Chainsaw. Crafting material, Inventor's Glasses. Clatter. A pile of rewards went into Songzang's inventory. Holy crap. Brother Ruru's name really works for wishing. Is his luck really that good? Songzang was shocked. Shuru, president of Rolling Stone Guild. Using his name to wish. It's that effective. Both chests dropped good loot. Top tier loot at that. Level 20 skill book. Absolute Defense. Whoa, this looks like a special skill book. Level 20 special skill book. This has to be worth 500,000 to 600,000 dragon coins, right? Probably even more. It could go for nearly 1 million. First transition EXP book. Looks like it can't be traded. Only for personal use. Item name, Special Skill Book. Absolute Defense. Item grade, level 20. Item description. After using this item, you can learn the Knight level 20 skill, Absolute Defense. Other classes must consume skill. Stones to upgrade this skill. Item name, EXP book, Untradeable. Item grade, first transition levels 1 to 20. Item description. Only usable before first transition. Grants a random amount of EXP when used. Equipment. Name, Inventor Greatsword. Equipment grade, silver rank level 20. Requires 200 strength or level 20. Equipment stats, strength plus 50. Spirit plus 50. Basic attacks deal an extra 1% magic damage. Too bad it has a useless spirit plus 50 affix. After checking the stats of his new weapon, Songzang felt a little disappointed. The bonus affix is kinda wasted. But it's still pretty good. For a hedgehog build, strength, agility, and constitution are all welcome. Songzang takes anything in those. Only spirit is basically useless to him. At most, it gives him some magic defense and a little mana, some magic attack stats, but he doesn't even need that. What kind of berserker runs around shooting magic with a staff, right? And all his skills are physical damage. He gets no benefit from spirit at all. Following the gacha rule, first pull great, second pull garbage. Songzang didn't touch the EXP book yet. He planned to go back, bathe, change, and pray first. Go through the whole ritual. Then use someone else's name to wish before opening. Use level 20 special skill book. Songzang didn't hesitate. He used the new skill book right away. Level 20 Knight skill, Absolute Defense. This skill sounds perfect for surviving. It's exactly the kind of skill Songzang needed. Level 20 special skill book used successfully. Congratulations, you obtained level 20 special skill, Absolute Defense LV1. Absolute Defense LV1. Using this skill grants invulnerability for a short time. Immune to stun, bleed, shock, and many other abnormal states. Cannot immune non-damage control skills. Can cast other skills while invulnerable. Can move freely. Cooldown, 12 hours. Mana cost, 100. This is a god-tier defensive skill. Songzang loved this skill at first sight. Knights are famous for high HP. High defense, built to take damage. Super popular in dungeons and secret areas. Most knight skills are about boosting HP, defense, and so on. Too bad the cooldown is way too long, 12 hours. And the duration is pretty short too, only 1 second. Can't immune non-damage control skills. That part isn't great either. After quickly weighing the pros and cons, Songzang was already more than satisfied. This is exactly what I needed. Songzang was just thinking he needed a survival skill, and he got it in one pull. Thank you, Hidden Dungeon. Thank you, Brother Ruru. Then, Songzang used his 2 first transition skill stones, poured them all into upgrading Absolute Defense, leveled it up twice in a row. Absolute Defense LV1, LV3. Invulnerability duration, 1s, 2s. Cooldown, 12 10 Mana cost 100. Leveling it up only adds 0.5s of invulnerability. Fine, if I get more skill stones later, I can dump them into it. I need at least around 5 seconds of invulnerability for it to be decent. Song Zhang was a little disappointed, but he could accept it. After all, it's a great skill that makes you briefly invulnerable. Perfect for staying alive. Can't complain. Then Song Zhang glanced at the gear, dropped by the inventor boss. Equipment name, Stealth Cloak. Equipment grade, Silver rank level 20. Requires 200 spirit, 200 agility, or level 20. Equipment stats, agility plus 50, spirit plus 50. Grants active skill, hide. Hide, enter stealth. Lasts 10 seconds. Casting skills or running immediately breaks stealth. Not very useful. Way more suited for assassin classes. My agility and spirit are way too low. Not even close. After thinking for a second, Song Zhang decided this gear looks good, but is basically useless. As though he wasn't going to put stats into spirit or agility. Once he hits level 20, he'll have way better gear. No need to care about this. Equip the inventor greatsword. Song Zhang admired it, this futuristic greatsword, swinged it twice, left the hidden dungeon. Whoosh! Song Zhang appeared at the dark forest portal and immediately met the fierce stares of over 10 professionals. Quite a crowd. Hi everyone, Song Zhang greeted them with a smile. Turned to leave. Dark forest. This hidden dungeon only has 3 entry chances. He had no chances left. Song Zhang didn't want to waste time here. Better to farm some mobs than go home. He was going to report to Capital Academy soon. Song Zhang, stop right there. Liu Yun strode over confidently, stared at Song Zhang with a cold smile. You stole the hidden dungeon runs from our Liu Yun guild, and you think you can just walk away? Song Kang smiled. For pros like us, how is it stealing? Liu Yun paused for a moment, thinking that actually doesn't sound wrong. For hundreds of years, pros have always competed for resources to level up. For scholars, is that called stealing? By the same logic, what pros do isn't stealing either, right? It's just a fair way to distribute resources efficiently. No, wait, that's not it. Damn it, you almost tricked me there. Liu Yun gritted his teeth and looked at Song Kang, speaking in a low voice. Hand over everything you got from this dungeon run, and compensate us 100,000 dragon coins each for lost time. Then I'll pretend this never happened. Damn Liu Yun. Are you out of your mind? You're a guild leader over level 20. Bullying a level 9 pro. Are you even human? Chen Lan, the head of Hailan Guild, spoke bluntly. Song Sang glanced at Chen Lan, a bit surprised. The guy was big and rough, looked like a burly bandit, but he actually spoke pretty well. Song Sang, come here. This time, a mature woman spoke. Chu Yanyu, head of the Yanyu Tower. Our pros from both guilds are arriving soon. Don't worry. You too. What do you mean? Chen Yun's face darkened even more. Before it was 3 guilds ganging up on Rolling Stone Guild. Now the situation has flipped. Yanyu Tower and Hailan Guild are targeting them. Liu Yun Guild. Doesn't mean much. I just don't like your last name, Liu. Chen Lan is straightforward. He nodded at Song Kang. Don't get too full of yourself. I don't like you. Song Sang and Chu Yanyu were both pretty direct. Smiling, she added, our Yanyu Tower has plenty of women, so usually we prefer making friends, rather than making enemies. Wow, this woman is really clearing the path wide. Unfortunately, Song Sang felt a little disappointed. According to his planned script, this should have been Liu Yun, Yanyu Tower and Hailan Guild, all teaming up against him alone. Since they're not targeting him, how is Song Kang supposed to strike back? If they were targeting, he could fight back properly, fair and square, and rake in a huge profit. But now, suddenly 2 guilds aren't targeting him. Song Kang felt a bit disappointed. Might earn a little less this way. Thanks for the gesture, both guild leaders. Song Kang politely nodded to Chen Lan and Chu Yanyu. Then he turned to Liu Yun. I got this on my run, he said. A level 20 specific skill book, an experience book, a level 20 silver grade weapon, 2 pieces of gear, and a bunch of other stuff. Song Tang rattled off his loot like he was showing off treasures. The more he listed, the more envious Liu Yun became. Jealousy was inevitable, and his heart roared angrily. All these rewards should have been mine. Wait, you're listing all this because you plan to accept my terms. Liu Yun gradually realized something was wrong. He looked at Song Kang puzzled. You don't seem like a weakling, and now you're chickening out. Not at all. Song Sang shook his head with a smile. Liu Yun got even more confused. Then what are you doing? Buying time. Damn it, you're just stalling. Until the other two guilds arrive. Song Sang shook his head again. I'm just waiting for more people to show up. Liu Yun's heart skipped a beat. He turned his head to look. Around, his heart immediately settled. 3 more Liu Yun guild professionals galloped in. Counting Chen Yun, the guild leader, there were 14 pros in total. 14 people here still. Can't crush you. A tiny level 9. Can still be worn down by their attacks in turns. Fine, 14 it is. 3 more is still a nice little gain. Thanks to the heavens, my old man. Otherwise, another 10 years of being single. This time it's my turn to cash in big. Song Kong clasped his hands together, muttering a few words. Then he grabbed the inventor's greatsword behind him. Blood Frenzy! After leaving the dungeon, the exclusive skill Blood Frenzy automatically turns off. It converts into death resistance, automatically restoring full HP. But in these 2 or 3 minutes, not much was recovered. Song Sang's HP returned to the dungeon state. HP 250,000, strength plus 500. This guy just activated a skill. Damn, he's insane. Even with a dozen of us, he dares to use a skill first. Looking for death, huh? Fine. That's how warriors are. Bet this guy has some good gear on him. If we kill him, it's all ours. Big profit for daring to snatch from Liu Yun Guild. No mercy from afar. The knight charged. The assassin went invisible, ready for a deadly strike. Mage! Mage! Cast your skills already. Exploding him is a common term among pros. It means that after a professional dies, everything in their spatial bag drops. Song Sang didn't hesitate for a second. Right in front of Liu Yun Guild. While the pros were shouting and panicking, he had already grabbed the inventor's greatsword. He jumped on the spot. God of War jump. God of War lands. This hit. Mountain-crushing strike. Attack range 2.5 km. Damage dealt 2 through 747. Multiply by 3, then by 9. A total of 74,169 points. The shock damage from the mountain-crushing strike, with blood rage amplified, instantly spread over a 2.5 kilometer radius. Damage per second, 74,000. Successfully killed 3 level 12 Earth Goblin warriors. Gained 3,600 XP. Successfully killed a level 14 professional fighter. Killed. A level 12 professional knight. Killed. A level 20 professional priest. Ding ding. Notification sounds rang one after another in Song Kang's ears. In front, the Liu Yun Guild members instantly fell in waves. Their equipment, weapons, items, and materials exploded out like fireworks. Bung bung bung, bursting from each fallen professional's body, scattered all over the ground. For a moment, Misty Forest fell completely silent, instantly quiet. A few seconds later, damn, what the hell kind of monster is this? Shu Yanyu, are you dead? Chenlan crawled out of the dirt, covered in dust and grime. At first glance, he couldn't see Chu Yanyu. Thought, this is bad. The 3060 Black Stockings alert just froze like that. Chu Yanyu was hovering midair, afraid to land. Her golden-rimmed glasses had long since been flung who knows where. That was close, damn it. Almost a total disaster. As a woman, Chu Yanyu sensed something was wrong the moment she saw Song Kang grab the greatsword. Immediately cast a descent spell on herself. Luckily, as a storm mage, wine-based skills have a speed bonus when cast. Otherwise, Chu Yanyu shivered in fear. She didn't dare think too deeply. Even a moment of hesitation back then could have been fatal. At that moment, she probably would have been gone. Hey, you two are okay. Song Kang heard Chu Yanyu and Chenlan's voices behind him. He turned to look. A bit unexpected. I didn't even give you a hint. How did you predict I'd use a skill? Chenlan froze for a moment, then instinctively replied, I have a near-death passive skill, Earth Escaping Chu Yanyu. I was just guessing. Song Tang glanced at Chu Yanyu and started giving serious advice. Luck-based players, don't get far. Take care of yourself. Got it, Chu Yanyu nodded seriously, reflecting deeply. Mainly, just listen to advice. Forget being a cool big sis. Forget the guild president. Forget all that aura. Just toss it aside for now. That was almost awkward just now. The more I think about it, the scarier it gets. So much so that Chu Yanyu doesn't even dare touch the ground now. Especially after glancing at the situation at the Liu Yun Guild. Her head kept buzzing with panic. What kind of damage was that? Chu Yanyu, any clue? I'm a proud holy priest. My HP is over 40,000. If Songtang hits me with this skill, I'd freeze to death. Even my passive triggered. Does this even make sense? Chenlan next to him was scratching her scalp raw. Her bewildered eyes were full of helpless curiosity. Chu Yanyu was stunned too, shaking her head. What skill can deal over 40k damage in one hit? He's only level 9. Damn it, he's only level 9? Breaks the defense in an instant. Chenlan broke first. Chu Yanyu followed suit. She didn't even care about keeping her cool big sis image. She was already swearing in shock. I'm waiting to cash in more. What are you waiting for? Songtang lifted his inventor's greatsword from 7 or 8 meters away. He looked at Liu Yun with a full smile. All 14 members of the Liu Yun Guild's party. In the blink of an eye, only the guild leader was left standing. The other 13 were all reduced to corpses. From their bodies, ping-ponging sounds spilled out all kinds of things. There were equipment pieces and items, but mostly materials. Liu Yun looked around in disbelief. Just now, Songtang's mountain-crushing strike landed, instantly dealing over 74,000 damage. Liu Yun didn't even react in time. He didn't die, because he had a life-saving item in hand, which was automatically used. Let's go, President Liu! Songtang gripped his inventor's greatsword again, giving his opponent little time to react, which is a fine virtue. As for cut the grass, remove the roots. Once you start, you finish everyone. That principle, Songtang keeps deeply in mind. Send me on my way. Do you really think you have that kind of strength? Liu Yun swung his knight's sword sharply, raised his round shield in the other hand, and let out a loud roar. Knight Spirit. One of the exclusive skills for the Knight class. Using this skill grants a high temporary defense shield and boosts some of the strength attributes. Valiant Charge. Liu Yun's second skill immediately followed. His figure was soon shrouded in dazzling golden light. His knight's sword locked onto Songtang, and he charged with long strides. This time, Songtang wasn't in a hurry. No point in rushing. Earlier, Songtang had seen posts on the professional forum about the Knight class, and knew this class is extremely tanky. It's both weak and durable. Very hard to kill, especially when mastering Knight Spirit. The exclusive skill for the Knight class. In one-on-one PK, they aren't weak at all. They even have the extreme one-for-one ability, once Knight Spirit is activated. If the Knight then uses Valiant Charge, this charge skill becomes an absolute fearless charge. Even if the Knight dies mid-charge, their body keeps moving forward, and will hit the target. It's a locked-on charging skill. This move is widely known among players as the ultimate one-for-one skill. It's basically, even if I'm hit, I'm charging you anyway. The Golden Knight's sword shot straight towards Songtang's chest. Seeing Songtang not react, not even planning to block, Liu Yun's heart skipped a beat, but the sword was already drawn. He had locked onto Songtang. This charge couldn't be stopped now. Damn, Songtang's probably gonna die, right? Why isn't he dodging? A charged Knight Spirit attack is a strong, locked-on skill. Yes, but it has a distance limit. Chenlan behind was sweating nervously. Chu Yanyu was charging up another Skyfall technique, barely daring to touch the ground. It seemed Songtang didn't plan to dodge at all. Where did he get that confidence? Hey, sis, can you give me a Skyfall technique too? Looking up at Chu Yanyu's black-silked thighs, Chenlan suddenly panicked a bit. Don't you dare get Songtang killed! If he drops another AoE skill hitting over 40k damage, what do I do? Sis, help me. Chu Yanyu was being chased by a burly, bandit-like man, shouting. Sis, help! Chu Yanyu felt like her eyes were about to pop out. Before she could even cast Skyfall on Chenlan, Liu Yun's knight's sword had already pierced Songtang. 7 or 8 meters is not that far. I don't know what trump card you're holding, but this charge of mine is guaranteed. Why are you fine? Chen Yun suddenly froze. This doesn't feel right. Why did it go ding? Instead of the poochie sound of piercing flesh, the imagined thrill of a sword slicing through completely didn't appear.
I have a life-saving skill, you know.
Songtang smiled at Chen Yun, then suddenly launched an attack. Gripping the inventor's greatsword, he swung it down with full force. LV 9-fold slash. This strike deals 454 damage. What will you use to block it? You still have a life-saving item. The greatsword came down, the inventor's greatsword, with a laser-like special effect, easily and elegantly sent Chen Yun flying. The instant huge damage hit him. was already completely dead. This class is actually quite tanky. But in the end, it still has a health bar. No need to calculate how much HP Liu Yun has, or his defense. No matter how you calculate, he's only a level 23 player. His defense stats are fixed. 74,000 plus damage is more than enough. Successfully killed a level 23 player, without breaking a sweat. Ping ping pong pong! A pile of weapons, equipment, and items, mixed with a ton of materials, flew out, scattered all over the ground. A huge score. Perfect. Song Kang hurriedly started collecting everything into his space bag. No time to look closely. Grab first, sort later. Weapons and armor. All kinds of items. Stacks of materials.
A few minutes later,
Chu Yanyu and Chen Lan, the two guild leaders, finally carefully touched down on the ground. They kept a high alert watching Song Kang. It's okay, presidents. Song Zhang put on an innocent smile. His white teeth stood out even more. I have no grudge against you two. Why would I attack you? Right? I'm actually pretty nice. Yeah, Chen Lan nodded first. Chu Yanyu stayed quiet beside her. She thought, just now, one of your skills almost took us both out in a second. Real nice, huh? The two presidents had already put on full gear. It wasn't that they wanted to fight Song Zhang. They just felt terrified without their equipment. They quickly cleaned up the battlefield and looted everything they could. Song Zhang was ready to leave. If he stayed any longer, he was afraid he wouldn't be able to hold back. He might just kill the two witnesses too. Oh, by the way, presidents. Do you know what just happened here? Song Zhang pointed at the 14 corpses of Liu Yun guild members. He looked at Chen Lan and Chu Yanyu with a smile. Chen Lan's brain was working at full speed, like it was about to burn out. Chu Yanyu, however, reacted quickly. A powerful wild boss just spawned here by chance and wiped out the entire Liu Yun guild. Right? I thought so too. Song Zhang nodded with a smile. No wonder this woman's going places. Oh, Song Zhang, those materials and equipment you have, can we buy them from you? Chu Yanyu blinked her beautiful eyes. A smile appeared on her face. Of course, we'll offer a good price. 10% higher than the trading post. How about that? Chen Lan finally caught on. He nodded quickly. Our Halen guild will buy too. You gonna sell, buddy? Both presidents had only one thought. Do whatever it takes to stay on his good side. It's fine if we can't win him over. At least let him remember our faces, right? If we can even get on his friend list, that'd be even better. As for getting rich off Song Zhang, that idea, the second Song Zhang used Avalanche Strike to instantly kill 3 Liu Yun members. Chu Yanyu and Chen Lan had already crushed that thought deep inside their heads, stomped on it 3 times, then poured a 100 cubic meter concrete slab over it. How many lives do you have, daring to think like that? Breaking down happens in an instant. So does being scared out of your wits. Everyone gets scared, especially when you're about to die. No problem. Song Zhang nodded generously, polite and friendly. I was just about to clear out my inventory. All right, let's do it. This silver rank weapon. The trading post price is 120,000 dragon coins. We have a perfect class for it in our guild. I'll take it. I'll take all these silver rank gear. Gotta keep up our strength. Wait, Chu Yanyu? Shouldn't we split the materials? What do you know, you brute? I have connections to sell these materials. I should get more. We make more profit. Any problem. Watching their presidents bid, like they were buying veggies at a market. The members of Hailan and Yanyu Tower guilds just stood aside, completely dumbfounded. Over 20 members were totally frozen, having no clue what was going on. Song Zhang was just like a vendor selling vegetables. Dad, your card 8989 received. A transfer of 340,000 dragon coins. Available balance. 1.421's 423 dorso. Dad, your card 8989 received. A transfer of 240,000 dragon coins. Available balance 1,661 423 bars. Dad, your card 8989 received. A transfer of 110,000 dragon coins. Available balance 1,771 423 or text messages kept popping up on his phone. All transfers from the two presidents. This card was Song Zhang's own. Earlier, Uncle Shen Jinsong gave him a card with 3 million dragon coins. Song Zhang hadn't spent a single cent. He just didn't need it. No wonder people say high-level wild zones are full of players who get rich overnight. This really is fast money. Song Zhang couldn't help but sigh. As the old saying goes, a horse doesn't get fat without night grazing. A man doesn't get rich without windfalls. This is exactly what that means. Defeating other players counts as a windfall too. It makes perfect sense. He wiped out 14 Luyun Guild members in total, plus the Luyun Guild president. Afterwards, Song Zhang counted. He got 32 weapons and pieces of equipment. More than half were silver rank. The rest were bronze rank. Of course, the real valuables were the silver rank weapons. They started at 10,000 at the trading post. Bronze rank wasn't worth much, a few thousand each. On top of that, Song Zhang also got plenty of items. Speed scrolls, strength boost potions, return crystals, HP and MP potions, etc. From these items, he picked out the ones he didn't need at all and sold them right away. Materials were the big ticket, a huge sum. Conservatively, these materials were worth about 1 million dragon coins. Probably Luyun's recent stockpile that they hadn't sold yet. And now it all went to Song Zhang. What a nice guy. Besides that, there were several hell difficulty passes. Song Zhang had just cleared those dungeons not long ago. They were still on cooldown, so he sold those passes too. To Chu Yanyu and Chen Lan. He just didn't have time. Dungeon cooldown was 12 hours. Song Zhang couldn't wait that long. After he got back tonight, he had to get ready to go to the capital. He wouldn't bother with low-level dungeons anymore anyway. Might as well sell the passes for cash. What are we even here for? I thought we were going to take down Luyun Guild. I got all ready and this is what I get. The president said those Luyun guys got wiped out by a wild boss. You actually believe that? My great-grandma wouldn't buy it. I feel like Song Zhang's looking at me weird. It's creeping me out. I feel uncomfortable all over. He looks like he's gonna eat me. You're not alone. I feel like he's gonna strip me bare. Holy shit, that's insane. Is it possible that Song Zhang is the one who wiped out Liu Yun? That's why our presidents are buying from him. Are you crazy or am I dreaming? Song Zhang's only level 10. Liu Yun's president is level 23. There's no comparison. The members from both guilds gathered together, getting more confused as they talked. They couldn't figure out their president's plan, nor did they know what really happened here. At the same time, they all avoided Song Zhang's gaze. All of them perfectly in sync. For one reason only. It was way too creepy. When Song Zhang's gaze swept over them, even though he was smiling, they could clearly read the word regret, like he was regretting something. It was downright eerie. It made all the players tremble. The girls crossed their legs instinctively. The guys smoked like crazy. They even hid their weapons. They all felt a phantom pain. All right, inventory cleared. Thanks for your support, presidents. I'll be on my way now. Until next time. Song Zhang put away his phone. Satisfied with the deal, Chu Yanyu and Chen Lan, the two guild leaders, shook hands, showing their friendliness. All right, take care, Brother Zhang. Till we meet again. Chen Lan nodded with a smile. Just contact us anytime if you need anything. Oh, and Song Zhang, we have branches of Yanyu Tower all over the country. If you ever need help, I can put in a good word for you. Chu Yanyu also smiled warmly, easygoing and kind. Song Zhang nodded in agreement. He turned and left with the inventor's greatsword on his shoulder, and soon vanished into the high-level wild area at night. As soon as Song Zhang left, 2 streams of light flashed in a row at the hidden dungeon portal. 2 teams teleported out. Finally done with this run. I'm so tired I almost died in there. A Yanyu Tower warrior girl sat on the ground, too exhausted to move. She just wanted to lie down. The priestess beside her quickly pulled out a bottle of soda and chugged it down. Tired my ass. I'm the healer here. I was basically running around putting out fires all time. Look, I was a 36E before we went in. Now look at me. I'm flat as an A. What the hell are you talking about? The assassin girl curled her lip. They soon noticed something was wrong. Why are there so many people around? Sister Yanyu. Hasn't Song Zhang finished the hidden dungeon yet? The mage girl stared at Chu Yanyu, still curious. This hell difficulty dark forest is way too hard. You don't think Song Zhang died in there, do you? No, he didn't. Chu Yanyu shook her head, back to her cool, mature persona. He finished almost an hour, earlier than you guys. The mage girl froze. The nearby professionals were utterly shocked. They couldn't believe their ears. Sister Yanyu, are you serious? The warrior girl jolted up like she'd been shocked, her face falling. The 5 of us sisters got beaten to a pulp inside that dungeon. And you're saying Song Zhang finished an hour early, and he did it solo. Chu Yanyu felt there was something off about the way they were talking. All right, dismissed? Thanks for rushing over on such short notice. I'll treat you all to late-night snacks when we get back to Jianyun City. Chu Yanyu waved her hand and dismissed all the awakened professionals from Yanyu Tower. She nodded at Chen Lan, who left with her own guild members, in a big group. They clearly didn't dare stay long. Once most of the crowd had dispersed, Chu Yanyu turned to the 5 girls beside her. You 5 are my closest followers, and my good little sisters. I can tell you a bit more. The priestess was practically dying of curiosity. Chu Yanyu gathered her thoughts, then spoke. Songzang soloed the dungeon in about 10 minutes. When he came out, he was surrounded by Liu Yun Guild, who planned to kill him and loot his stuff. The mage girl clenched her fists, her breathing speeding up. So, Songzang got killed and looted. No, Liu Yun Guild got wiped out. All 14 professionals, including their leader Liu Yun, were killed by Songzang. Chu Yanyu spoke in a calm tone. The warrior girl was stunned. Wait, Sister Yanyu? How can you say something so insane with a straight face? What level is Songzang even at? I remember guild leader Liu Yun alone was like level 20-something. I'm tired. I must be hallucinating. Silence spread like a virus. For a long while, the priestess suddenly took out a small mirror and checked her face, then spoke. Sister Yanyu, what if the 5 of us go beg him nicely for a friend slot and give him gifts? Would he agree? Probably not. Chu Yanyu said honestly. Look at your looks, your figures, your bodies. Do you really have no idea what you're working with? 1:30 a.m. Songzang lay comfortably on his big bed, going over everything he'd gained, fighting from the newbie zone to the dungeon area, then to the high-level wilds, clearing the hidden dungeon, clashing with Liu Yun Guild, wiping out over a dozen players. Great rewards, just a little more to reach level 10. He still had an experience book to use. He'd use it after a bath. Weird. Why did Hylan and Yanyu Tower back down? He checked his bank balance, 3,044 to 848 xiao. Songzang felt totally secure. He got up and went to shower. The deal with Chen Lan and Chu Yanyu earned Songzang over 1.9 million dragon coins. In a way, it was his first real pot of gold. After showering and changing, he skipped the incense part. Just out of the bathroom, he got a call from his cousin Shen Qingming. Hey Songzang, I had Dad arrange a private car for you. Leaves at 7 a.m. You'll get to the capital by evening. Won't make you late for registration. Don't forget. Shen Qingming sounded lazy, like she'd just showered too. Songzang heard something over the phone. It was the sound of Shen Qingming putting on body lotion. Songzang knew that sound way too well. He'd heard it many times before. Just from the sound, his imagination ran wild. The whole scene played out automatically in his head, in 4K resolution. Wow, cousin is pretty hot, Songzang blurted out without thinking. He immediately realized what he'd said and tried to backtrack. Cousin, I'm just tired and talking nonsense. Do you believe me? Shen Qingming, Songzang, hey, come on. Whatever I just said has nothing to do with me. Meanwhile, on the other end, Shen Qingming sat on her dorm bed, staring at her amazingly pale, beautiful legs, deep in thought. What's this little cousin thinking? Pretty hot. What's that supposed to mean? I treat you like family, and you're over here thinking about me like that. Fine, I didn't hear anything. Get some rest. Call me when you get to the capital tomorrow night. I'll come pick you up. I'm hanging up. Good night. Bye. Without waiting for Songzang to reply, Shen Qingming hung up. Staring at his phone screen, Songzang fell into deep thought. I'm so screwed. How the hell did I just say that out loud? Shen Qingming, his non-blood cousin, was stunningly beautiful, with an amazing figure, but she had a sharp, fierce mouth, and was great at fighting. It gave Songzang weird déjà vu of the old saying, marry a Sichuan Chongqing girl, live a wonderful life. Sure enough, showering made him distracted, thinking random nonsense, and losing his guard. I went over it all again in my head. Songzang had to admit, only after making the comparison could he see it more clearly. Shen Qingming's figure was absolutely explosive. In all of Jianyun City, no one could stand against her. And her face was stunning, nation-overthrowing level. Way better than those girls from Yanyu Tower, those mature beauties, or those in black stockings. It was a total one-sided crush. Do I like her? Of course I do. Men are all pretty consistent. Like always liking pretty 18-year-old girls. Always liking nice feet. Always liking black stockings and stuff. Consistent and persistent. That's just how guys think. Song Zhang packed his bags first and tossed them into his inventory bag. Then he took out the EXP book. Brother Shiru sacrificed last time. 20 years of being single. It might not work this time. Let's pick someone else. I borrow 10 years of romance from Presidents Chen Lan and Chu Yanyu. Grant me this skill book. Wish granted. Song Zhang immediately used the EXP book. Used First Transcendence EXP book. Successfully gained 32,711 EXP. Level up golden light wrapped around Song Zhang. He smoothly reached LV10. He hadn't used an EXP book before. He didn't know if the wish would work. Other classes, after reaching level 10, could go to the class hall to learn new skills. I don't need that. I'm just gonna freeload at Capital Academy. Song Zhang wasn't in a hurry to learn new skills. For him, his current skills were more than enough. He just needed to adjust and perfect them, to build his own perfect skill path. 5 free stat points. As usual, all into STR. Song Zhang checked his status panel. Name Song Zhang, class Berserker. S rank. LV diede 3.77%. HP 262320, MP 1000. STR 252. Weapon plus 50. Equipment plus 100. Title plus 30. AGI 67. Equipment plus 30. Title plus 20. MNT 92. Weapon plus 50. Equipment plus 20. Title plus 10. Con 77. Weapon plus 0. Equipment plus 20. Skill plus 20. Title plus 20. Free stats 0. Skills. Unique skill Blood Rage LV2. Blade Rain LV1. Absolute Defense LV3. Heavy Slash LV10. Mountain Crusher LV10. Iron Body LV4. Appraisal LV10. Unique skill Blood Rage upgraded to LV2. This was an incredibly important skill for him. Song Zhang carefully checked the changes. Blood Rage LV2 when activated. Losing HP by any means. Grants a STR boost, but greatly reduces defense. When deactivated, switches to death resistance. Slowly restores full HP. 1 every 100 HP lost. Plus 2 STR. 1 STR improves 3 physical attack. 2 every 10% HP lost. Offer defense. Enhances buff effects. Combat skill, cooldown 10s. MP cost, 10. Skill level plus 1 every 10 player levels. Cooldown and cost unchanged. But the STR boost went up a little. Holy hell. This time, it basically doubled his current combat power, out of nowhere. Song Zhang calculated and got hyped. Based on his current HP, dropping 260,000 HP at once would mean 2600 S2 STR boost. Converted to physical attack. That's 5200 x3, 15600 attack. And his basic Mountain Crusher or Heavy Slash, both skills, dealt 156,000 damage per hit. Damn, one Mountain Crusher hits 2.6 kilometer radius. 156,000 damage. Who could survive that? This is in the bag. He was really looking forward to Capital Academy. Song Zhang was hyped. Who doesn't love showing off, right? With my 150k plus DPS? Not showing off would be a crime. Cousin, tell me about Capital Academy. Song Zhang sent a WeChat to Shen Qingning, then added a shy cat emoji. I want to know how many top players are there. Half a minute later, Shen Qingning replied, You definitely have a thing for me. Who in their right mind stays up till 2 a.m. talking nonsense with me? Academy top players. Please. Song Zhang is definitely crazy. What weird brain does he have? Shen Qingning frowned, totally confused. Chatting with a girl at 2 a.m., and the first thing he asks is this. She couldn't understand at all, and she was kind of annoyed. Dude, it's 2 a.m., you're not sleeping. Asking me how many top players are at school. Are you serious? Reading her reply, Song Zhang sensed her irritation, and replied honestly, Yeah, I'm scouting the place early. Anyone who chases you, I'll beat them. Shen Qingning short-circuited again. She replied blankly. So you mean, you support everyone being single? My thing is crushing all the top players. To prove my uncle has good taste. Shen Qingning, why do you want me single? What are you thinking? I want to interview you. 3 years are up. Tomorrow or the day after, I'll retake my Dragon King throne. Shen Qingning took several deep breaths, repeating the don't get mad chant, barely holding back from rushing back to Jiangyun City. Too far away. Shen Xingning hated being so far. Jiangyun City to capital was a long way. Almost 10 hours by car. Faster by high-speed rail. But that's not stylish. Soon it was 7 a.m. Song Zhang got into the Shen family car, greeted the driver politely, then curled up in the back to sleep. With Song Zhang's way of thinking, he never guessed Shen Qingning was upset. At 2 a.m., instead of getting mad and sleeping, she kept chatting with him about Capital Academy and even told him about Azure Dragon Court. Song Zhang was amazed, but also a little worried. When he arrived, would he get a huge yelling attack? Azure Dragon Court was great. Like the Intersect in novels, good treatment, plenty of resources, but the entry bar was high. Most people couldn't get in. It was the top academy of Azure Dragon Empire. Capital Academy was strong and well established. Shen Qingning hit level 15 in the college exam. How did she even do that? Honestly, this girl had the looks, the body, and the power. Most guys couldn't handle her. Lost in thought, Song Zhang fell asleep. He arrived at the capital at 6 p.m. The Shen family car dropped him off at the shopping street near the academy. Shen Xingming booked a presidential suite for him. Not expensive, 200k dragon coins a night. Private car, presidential suite. What was Shen Qingming planning? Was she setting me up? No way. He showered, changed clothes, ready to enjoy the big comfortable bed. Then Shen Qingning burst in with the room card. Hey, 'cause you're here. Yeah. Shen Qingming walked in wearing black high heels with red soles. She stepped into the suite. On her was a black waist-cinching dress with light gold floral patterns. She had a red belt around her waist. She was totally ready for a fight. Song Zhang called this kind of outfit her battle suit. Normally, only Shen Qingming would wear something this intimidating when she wanted to overpower other women. 'Cause you gonna fight someone? Song Zhang asked cautiously. Just going to a dinner. I did get into a fight yesterday. Shen Qingming nodded calmly. She added that she'd arrived at Shangjing Academy yesterday. Right after finishing all the paperwork, she beat up a senior from the outer court. How? Damn, Song Zhang was shocked. That's crazy. Your first day at Shangjing Academy, and you already beat up a senior from the outer court. Knowing Qingming's temper, the other girl probably can't get out of bed for a week at least. But Song Zhang didn't ask why she did it. He didn't ask. This girl really had a bad temper. She could be pretty arrogant too, but she never picked fights for no reason. She never started trouble on purpose. There was always a reason. Just do this and that. It wasn't hard. Shen Qingming glanced at Song Zhang, then suddenly smiled. Let me warn you first. Duels are allowed at Shangjing Academy. All conflicts can be settled in the arena. At Shangjing Academy, if you're strong enough, you get all kinds of privileges. Can you beat the other guy up in the arena? Sozo made a slitting throat gesture, like he was cutting someone's neck. Shen Xingming froze for a second. She shook her head. No, not really. There are strict rules against that. Song Zhang lost interest immediately. Boring. If you can't take the guy out, what kind of duel is that? Fake duel. Just sparring back and forth. Trading blows. Next thing you know, you shake hands and make up. Then you become best friends. Or even lovers for life. A real duel. You go all out right away. You fight for rank. And you fight for life. Come on, I'll treat you to dinner. Welcome to the city. Shen Qingming waved. She stood up first. Song Zhang sensed something was off. But he had no proof. I'll just eat something light. I need to rest early. We have to register at the academy at 8 tomorrow, right? Shen Qingming replied. She just looked at Song Zhang calmly. After so many years together, even though they didn't live in the same villa, Song Zhang could sense danger just from Qingming's tiny expressions. Like right now, Song Zhang would bet his head that if he didn't stand up in 3 seconds, Shen Qingming would smile and say that famous line, "I'm gonna beat your ass." Okay, fine. We'll go eat. A smart man doesn't fight when he's at a disadvantage. No need to count to 3. They left the hotel, got in the car, and soon arrived at an old restaurant 2 blocks away. It was a classic old-fashioned restaurant. I'm just buying you dinner. Why are you so scared? I'm your cousin. After the food was served, Shen Qingming sighed sadly. Would I ever hurt you? Of course not. Right? Studying here at Shangjing Academy, all alone. You're the only one I can rely on. She said it so sincerely. Song Zhang totally ignored her nonsense. He just stuffed his face. He finished a plate of sweet and sour pork ribs in no time. Didn't leave her a single piece. How are you already level 10? I've only been away from home for a little over a day. Wait, did you pay someone to level you up? Come here, let me check. Shen Xingming leaned forward, like getting closer. Would let her see Song Zhang's secret. But she couldn't see anything at all. Song Zhang didn't know the rank of his wuxi pendant, but it blocked detection perfectly. It was an amazing anti-scouting item. Whether it was someone at the same level or someone over level 20, no one could use appraisal or detection skills to see his class panel or stats. Shen Qingming couldn't see anything either, but Song Zhang saw right through her. Such a cute, fair-skinned student. "'Cause control yourself." Song Zhang bit into a spicy rib. He pointed at his collar. He said seriously, "This isn't home. If I look, it's just keeping the goods in the family. If someone else looks, that's a loss. A huge loss." "What?" Shen Qingming froze for 2 seconds. Then it hit her. She suddenly realized she'd been way too bold. She flew into a rage. Shen Qingming was furious. The angrier she got, she slammed her hand on the table. Bang! The nice rosewood table immediately lost a corner. That one hit, caught everyone's attention. It was impossible not to notice. Who in their right mind could break a 5 centimeter thick rosewood table with one slap? Some people looked at Song Zhang sympathetically. Others looked at him like he was a dead man. With a little pity, no one dared look at Shen Qingming. They were afraid she'd lose control and crush someone's skull with her bare hands. What was that? "Shen Qingming! Shen Qingming! What are you doing here?" A male voice, filled with surprise and joy, called out. Quick footsteps followed. 7 or 8 people rushed over. Each of them had a Shangjing Academy badge on their collar. "Great! You were waiting for me!" Song Zhang got it right away. He thought, of course Qingming was up to something. What a weasel, inviting me to dinner, my ass. "It's fine." Shen Qingming glanced at them. Her face was cold. "My boyfriend and I just had a little disagreement. A misunderstanding. None of your business." Song Zhang almost clapped. "Damn, you're good, 'cause..." Good thing he saw this coming. He knew Shen Qingming wouldn't treat him to dinner for no reason. She even ordered all his favorite food. When someone's being too nice, they're definitely up to no good. "You have a boyfriend." "No way." "Hi, the leader." A polite young man with glasses looked at Song Zhang. "Let me introduce myself. I'm Zi Jiangnan, president of the student union at Shangjing Academy. Qingming just said you're her boyfriend." He seemed polite and well-mannered, but he was really throwing his weight around. The students around him, boys and girls, from their clothes, looked like rich kids. They acted arrogant. Song Zhang ignored Zi Jiangnan for now. Instead, he turned to Shen Qingming. He held up one finger. Shen Qingming blinked, accepting it. They're super in sync. After all, they grew up together. One look, one gesture. It's easy to know what the other means right away. Song Zhang will treat me to meals for a month. Shen Qingming, no problem. Seeing how readily Shen Qingming agreed, Song Zhang got annoyed instead. After thinking, he held up a 1, but pointed it down. Shen Qingming slammed the table. He was obviously breathing fast. Everyone around was totally confused. What secret code are you two talking? Back and forth, like spies meeting up. Song Zhang will wash my underwear and socks for a month. Shen Qingming blinked hard. Deal. Sorry. I didn't catch that. What did you ask me? Song Zhang looked at Xie Jiangnan with a smile. His tone calm. Xie Jiangnan froze for 2 seconds, but held back his anger and asked again, "Are you Shen Qingming's boyfriend?" "Yes, I am," Song Zhang answered right away. "Impossible," Xie Jiangnan blurted out. He lost his composure. Shen Qingming just enrolled yesterday. How could she have a boyfriend already? And besides, you're only a level 10 professional. You're not even a student at Shangjing Academy. Are you good enough for Shen Qingming? She's recognized by all the teachers. One of the Reserve 8 Heavenly Kings. He's mad. He's mad. Song Zhang smiled. Shen Qingming and I are childhood sweethearts, innocent friends. Through thick and thin, deeply in love. Company is the most sincere love. You get it? And another thing, I'm enrolling at Shangjing Academy tomorrow. That sudden shock almost made Zi Jiangnan blow a fuse. Shen Qingming across the table took a tactical sip and gave Song Zhang a silent thumbs up. Wow, 'cause you're spitting proverbs. Every line a knockout. So reliable. Song Zhang stayed totally calm. Don't underestimate the bond between me and my cousin. Bastard! You... Si Jiangnan stuttered over and over. In the end, he couldn't say a word. He turned and left, in a huge hurry, like he'd made up his mind about something. The students behind were still stunned, their heads buzzing. Only after leaving the restaurant, Shen Xingming has a boyfriend and a childhood sweetheart. What a huge, shocking secret. Can we talk about this? No idea. She just enrolled yesterday, right? Yeah, and she beat a senior from the outer academy on her first day. Went viral on the academy forum that night. Called the most beautiful new student in over a decade at Shangjing Academy. Honestly, Shen Qingming's looks are definitely top tier in Azure Dragon Academy. Not necessarily... Did you forget? There's another amazing quiet girl in Azure Dragon Academy. I mean, that guy was just good looking. Level 10 S-class professional. Plenty of those at Shangjing Academy. He's not good enough. Brother Jiangnan is way better. S-class super rare professional. Student council president, 3-time Outer Academy PK champion. Right, Brother Jiangnan. Hearing his friends flatter him, Xie Jiangnan's face looked a little better. He went back to his mature, calm look. Tomorrow's the last day for new students, right? Hanki, you! Go to the new student registration tomorrow. Find out everything about that guy. Xie Jiangnan looked at a girl beside him and ordered seriously. The group got in their cars and left, heading back to Shangjing Academy. Meanwhile, Songzang finished his last spicy spare rib, tapped his empty drink cup. Shen Qingming immediately refilled his orange juice. Wait, cousin. Knowing you would have jumped on this already. Why? Does Yi Jiangnan have backing? Songzang drank his juice, a little confused. Shen Qingming's always been fearless. Since she was little, almost nothing makes her hold back. She usually talks it out first. If that doesn't work, she uses force and just pays for any damage. The Shen family has plenty of money. A little compensation is nothing. The Si family, among the 18 heavenly kings of Azure Dragon Empire. Do you know Heavenly King Si? Shen Qingming sighed and continued. Also, Dad's working on a big deal. Needs Heavenly King Si's help. Songzang frowned. You're not worried, Heavenly King Si. We'll force you to marry him. Shen Qingming shrugged and laughed. The higher your position, the more you care about face. He won't force me or use the deal to blackmail a kid like me. Songzang nodded. He understood. After a few sips of juice, Songzang suddenly realized, wait, your SSS class? A total prodigy. Blessed by heaven. Future 18 Heavenly King material. No one pressures you. What about me? You just open your mouth, and all the pressure's on me. You're something else. Aren't you treating me to meals for a month? Shen Qingming wasn't in the right, but acted like she was. And you're washing my socks and underwear for a month. Done, Songzang added immediately. I'm getting ripped off. You owe me 3 more months. No, 6 months. Shen Qingming gritted her teeth, her eyes fierce. Songzang didn't care at all. Pretty girls are like this. They look mad, furious. But it just seems like they're pouting. If it was a 6-foot-tall tough girl, Songzang might have backed down. Are you in or not? I'm holding all the cards here. I already agreed. You gotta give me something. Even a condemned man gets a last meal. After a few seconds of silence, Shen Xingming nodded. She stood up and walked over to Songzang, leaned down slightly, covering her collar. Songzang sat up straight. Oh no, I'm screwed. I'll do it. But you have to eat dinner with me every night, and give me your dirty clothes. I'm leaving. Shen Xingming left right after saying that. Without hesitation, no punches to the head, no teasing little moves. He could still smell her scent in the air. Songzang didn't move, but his brain was racing. Is this even real? Something feels off. Right, Shen Qingming's reaction was too weird. When something's too good to be true, it's a trap. Songzang thought it over carefully. I paid for the meal and walked back to the hotel, only after he took a shower and lay down. Did he vaguely start to piece things together? Why, did he feel like he'd walked into a trap? Early the next morning at 7 a.m. Songzang had already washed up and gotten ready early. He changed into a comfortable, nice casual outfit and headed to the freshman registration at Shangjing Academy. This way, please. The driver of young Master Song's private car was his butler. He led Songzang toward the other side. Songzang froze for a second. Confused, he asked, Isn't the freshman registration over here? There are quite a lot of new students checking in. The butler smiled and replied, "Young Master Song, you're a special admit. You're different from them." Soon, Song Zhang followed the butler into a huge building. It was a 4-story building. It had a unified classical style inside and out. After entering the reception hall, he glanced around. Song Zhang understood right away. Special admits really did get special treatment. The reception hall was set up like a banquet hall. Solid wood coffee tables and booth sofas were everywhere. Young people dressed nicely sat around in small groups, chatting about something that sounded pretty exciting. All these people had one thing in common. They were clearly rich young masters and ladies. They practically screamed, "My family's loaded." It was written all over their faces. "This is the special admit registration area. Young Master Song, I can't stay with you any longer. Call me if you need anything. I'll be waiting outside the academy 24/7. The butler gave a few more instructions. Before leaving, Song Zhang looked around. He grabbed a cold soda, sat down on a sofa, and got ready to check out Shangjing Academy's online forum. There weren't many special admits, only about 20. You couldn't say for sure, but they were all pretty spoiled rich kids. Who knows? A few elites might be hiding among them, like me. Song Zhang watched quietly. He hadn't taken many sips of his soda when a few guys walked over with champagne and red wine. "Let's introduce ourselves. I'm Shu Gangzi. Everyone calls me Sima. This is Lu Gangzi, that's Along. That's Zhang Sheng. And that girl is Yan Yan." The leader was a gym guy. Shu Gangzi was super friendly and introduced everyone. The 3 young people with him nodded politely. Song Zhang smiled and nodded. "I'm Song Zhang. I'm from Jiangyan City." The words Jiangyan City seemed to be a trigger. They immediately lit up Shu Gangzi. "Jiangyan City. Oh, the person everyone's been talking about since yesterday. They're from Jiangyan City too, right? Do you know them?" "You mean Shen Qingming? She's my girlfriend," Song Zhang replied calmly, since he'd already promised Shen Qingming to back her up. Song Zhang didn't mind this little extra. If you're gonna do it right. If you're gonna take pressure, take the biggest kind. Yeah. Her name is Shen Qingming." Shu Gangzi nodded quickly, shocked. "They say she's an SSS-level genius. She's beautiful and super strong." "Wait a second. Dude, what did you just say? Repeat the last part." "She's my girlfriend." Song Zhang stayed calm. The 4 of them stared at each other. They were screaming, "I don't believe you," with their whole bodies, but they weren't totally sure. "You're just a special admit. What makes you think, dude, is Shen Qingming really your girlfriend?" Seeing how calm and sure Song Zhang was, Shu Gangzi couldn't hold it in anymore. His voice got a little loud. That immediately drew over a dozen stares. The name Shen Qingming had been huge at Shangjing Academy for the past 2 days. Everyone in the academy knew about her. Even the special admits had heard all about it. They were all gossiping like crazy. Everyone knew. Special admits didn't care much about studying, but they were great at partying, drinking, chasing girls, and showing off cars. Basic stuff. "Relax." Song Zhang calmly waved a hand. He let out a little hint. "Shen Qingming and I are childhood sweethearts. We grew up together. You know what I mean?" I get it. But that's just too..." Shu Gangzi nodded along, but secretly cursed Song Zhang over and over. "Dude, you're so lucky it's annoying. I'm so damn jealous."
We're the same age.
And surprisingly, Song Zhang wasn't stuck up at all. They all hit it off quickly. Soon, a woman in a black silk secretary outfit walked over with a tablet. "Hello, Song Zhang. I'm in charge of your admission. Just put your fingerprint here and sign your name. Someone will bring your student ID over later." Special admit registration was just plain and simple. Song Zhang knew. The butler had mentioned earlier. She was one of the vice principal's secretaries, arranged by his uncle. Soon, his student ID arrived. Right after that, Song Zhang was shown around. The teaching building donated by Uncle Song Jinsong, training grounds, special admit villas, and more. Everything looked expensive. This special admit spot really wasn't cheap. Wow, special admits were living the good life. Each got their own small villa as a dorm. It was really nice, no lie. After touring his villa, Song Zhang wasn't planning to relax. He pulled out his phone, pulled up the map of Shangjing Academy, and decided to learn 1 or 2 new skills first. Once a professional reached level 10, they could learn new skills at the professional hall or a top academy. The difference was, learning at an academy was free. while learning outside cost a fortune. And Song Zhang was all about getting things free. Next time for sure, following the map. Song Zhang found Shangjing Academy's skill hall. Then he got 2 pieces of news. Good news, learning skills was free. Bad news, he needed credits. Excuse me, miss. How do you earn credits? At Shangjing Academy, and what can you use them for? A random upper year girl Song Zhang stopped on the way, was a little annoyed at first. But when she saw he was 180 centimeters tall and really good looking, her slightly frowned face immediately relaxed. Her smile softened too. You're a new freshman, right? Yeah, that's me. Song Zhang smiled and nodded. Looks really is a universal pass. It works everywhere you go. If it doesn't, you just gotta fix yourself. Oh right, today's the last freshman check-in. Didn't the student council show you around? The campus is really pretty. The unknown girl invited him. Song Zhang politely refused. Credits are super important at school. You can think of them as currency. You need them for a lot of things, like tickets to the Azure Dragon Tower, access to the Vermilion Bird Secret Realm, gear and weapons made by professors, and more. Even after being turned down, the girl was still nice. She went on. There are lots of ways to get credits. Do bounties, dungeons, tower challenges, and so on. You just enrolled. I suggest you run the trial tower. You get credits and EXP for every floor you clear. Break the record, and the rewards are even better. Want me to show you the way? Thanks, senior. I can go by myself. Song Zhang replied with a polite smile. In return, Song Zhang sent a friend request to the unknown senior girl. Then he turned and headed straight for the trial tower. The trial tower was easy to find. It was a tall, tower-shaped building, pitch black all over, but it didn't have many floors. Soon Song Zhang entered the trial tower. The inside was surprisingly spacious. In the very center of the trial tower was a round control desk. Several students were sitting inside, and one instructor on duty. The area around was divided into 4 zones: normal, hard, nightmare, and hell. 4 difficulty levels. Hanging above was an extra long screen. It showed floor clears, time, and records. It was a leaderboard. Only 50 floors in the trial tower. Does that match the level 50-second promotion for professionals? 50 floors won't be enough for me. Song Zhang thought for a moment. He walked up to the control desk. Hi, I want to challenge the trial tower. Just scan your student ID card here. The instructor pointed at the card reader in front of him. First scan successful. The instructor glanced at the screen and curled his lip. Song Zhang, you're this year's special admit. Yeah, I am. So Zhang nodded. Special admits should focus on being special admits. You know, why bother with this useless stuff? You guys don't care anyway. Whatever. The instructor looked strange. His eyes showed obvious contempt. Song Zhang didn't care at all. That's just worldly prejudice, especially for a frustrated middle-aged man. In his 40s or 50s, it's always like this. Can I go challenge the tower now? Yeah. The instructor clearly didn't want to talk to him, and Song Zhang didn't feel like dealing with him either. He took his student ID and headed straight for the Hell difficulty zone. Song Zhang liked the Hell difficulty. Honestly, the EXP reward was really high. It suited him perfectly. A special admit coming to grind the trial tower. Weird stuff happening a lot this year. Special admits are just a joke. They're disgracing the name of Capital Academy. The instructor looked up by chance and caught sight of Song Zhang, disappearing at the Hell difficulty entrance. He froze immediately. Only level 10, and he's going for Hell difficulty. Did he get dumped or go bankrupt or something? Trial tower, Hell difficulty, first floor. As soon as Song Zhang saw the terrain, he knew he had this in the bag. This was gonna be fun. Who designed this trial tower? It's almost exactly like the Colosseum's layout. It's like it was custom made, just for me. Song Zhang was already getting excited. Not far ahead of him was a transparent static light barrier. Behind it were 10 earth-splitting rats, all level 5 monsters. The transparent barrier was for students to use skills like appraisal, to check the enemy's strength, and analyze the monsters, only after clearing the floor's monsters. Could you go up? There's a rest period after each clear. Nice. The mechanics are similar to the Colosseum. Song Zhang figured out how the trial tower worked. He glanced at his class panel. Name, Song Zhang class Berserker. Rank LV, 10, 3.78%. HP, 1,494,000. MP, 1,000, STR, 252. Weapon, plus 50. Armor, 100. Title, plus 30. Dex, 67. Armor, plus 30. Title, play 20. MNT, 92. Weapon, plus 50. Armor, play 20. Title, plus 10. Con, 77. Weapon, plus 0. Armor, plus 20. Skill, plus 20. Title, plus 20. Free stat points, 0. Unique skills. Bloody Frenzy LV2, Blade Rain LV1. Absolute Defense LV3, Heavy Slash LV10, Mountain Crusher LV10. Iron Body LV4, Appraisal LV10. 1 to 494,000 HP. Just looking at those numbers gave him a strong sense of security. Let's go! Battle countdown, 5 seconds. The level 5 rats were just about to attack when they saw Song Zhang erupt with a thick blood energy. Bloody Frenzy. Blade Rain. He opened with his usual 2 skills. In an instant, 4T900 Blade Rain blades formed rapidly around him. The blades were so dense that they created a blood-red rain curtain, an amazing visual around Song Zhang. Pressure maxed out in an instant. Each blade dealt 4,500 damage. Song Zhang casually waved his hand, and the dense curtain of blade rain swept past like an airtight blood-red wall. Bang, 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 bang! All 10 earth-splitting rats exploded into blood mist. Successfully killed level 5 monster earth-splitting rat. Obtained 58 EXP. Successfully cleared trial tower first floor. Obtained 5 credits. Next, second floor. Bloody Frenzy still active. HP consumed by Song Zhang, pump over for 90,000. Converted to STR boost, 20,800. Nothing special. LV10 Mountain Crusher. DPS 901,560. Attack range 14.9 square kilometers. Each floor of the trial tower was only about 300 square meters. With just 1 Mountain Crusher, jumping up and slamming back down easily covered everything. 1 skill, 900,000 damage. What could stop that? Successfully killed level 7 monster hybrid cat demon. Obtained 3,567 EXP. Successfully cleared trial tower second floor. Obtained 5 credits. Third floor cleared in 1 sec, fourth floor in 1 sec. Fifth floor in 1 sec. Song Zhang didn't need any rest. Didn't need to drink HP or MP potions. Didn't even wait for cooldowns. Come on, man. 1 Mountain Crusher. Cooldown, 1.5 seconds. MP cost 30. DPS over 900,000. What monster could survive that? 10th floor? Successfully killed level 20 boss Corrupted Sword Saint. Obtained 10,599 EXP. Successfully cleared trial tower 10th floor. Obtained 10 credits. You have broken the trial tower hell difficulty. 10th floor clear record. The outer campus tower records are pretty weak. Wait, no. My clearing speed is just kinda insane. But it feels awesome. Whoosh! Song Zhang teleported to trial tower 11th floor. Fighting 3 level 21 elite monsters. He checked his EXP bar. Song Zhang figured after this trial tower run, leveling up 3 to 5 times would be easy. 11th floor, 1 second clear. 12th floor, 1 second clear. Leveled up to LV11. 13th floor, 1 second clear. 14th floor, 1 second clear. Song Zhang was having a blast in the trial tower. It felt so good. Outside the trial tower, more and more students arrived. Over 30 people were standing in the hall. Guys and girls, all staring intently at the trial tower leaderboard. Song Zhang is really a special admit. A special admit this strong. It's not like no one's ever set fast records on the early floors of the trial tower. Some people cleared them under a minute before. But after floor 10, still 1 second per floor? Is that even humanly possible? The thing is, he's only fucking level 10. Oh, he's level 11 now. I want all info on this guy in 3 minutes. Songtang Special Recruit, Class S Berserker. Boyfriend of Shen Qingming, a freshman from Azure Dragon Academy. Specific details unknown. Shen Qingming's boyfriend. Holy shit. This guy is insane. Do you guys think that Song Zhang could clear all 50 floors of the trial tower today? All of them? Come on, man. The trial tower. Difficulty and monster levels rise every 10 floors. I heard from seniors. The monster on the 50th floor is a combat instructor, a clone at 100% power. Every student there was stunned and confused, then jolted back to their senses. They couldn't believe their eyes. Would they rather think they were dreaming? This is a freshman and a fucking special recruit. Everyone knows special recruits at top academies are just here for the credentials. Slack off, coast through, chase girls, make connections. That's all special recruits do. At these academies, everyone knows it. But right now, special recruit Song Zhang is going wild. Hell difficulty of the trial tower. Clear records. Jumping every second. Song Zhang's name is skyrocketing. His total clear time has easily broken into the top 10 of the leaderboard, and it's still climbing. The news spread across the entire Shangjing Academy instantly. A post about Song Zhang's clear time was blowing up on the forum. Likes and replies were skyrocketing. Holy shit. Xu Gangzi, fishing by the Academy River, scrolled across this hot post by chance. He immediately flinched, dropping his fishing rod. What's wrong, brother gang? Along beside him walked over with a cigarette. Curious. Look, Song Zhang. Xu Gangzi quickly stamped out his cigarette, staring hard at the screen. This guy's running the Outer Academy trial tower. You won't believe this. So far. He's reached floor 23. Total time, 23 seconds. How much? A long flinch, too. 23 seconds. The delinquent Yanyan came over, too. After one glance, she took out her own phone, found the same hot post. Silence spread like a virus. That bastard Song Zhang is so damn good. Xu Gangzi gritted his teeth, full of resentment. We agreed to all be losers together. Thought we were just here to slack off. Why show off and wow the whole school already? Before he finished, Yanyan the delinquent stood up and bolted, heading straight for the Outer Academy. Yanyan, where are you going? I'm gonna cheer for brother Song Zhang. Won't get a front row if I'm late. Gotta show my support. Yanyan's voice faded quickly. After a few seconds of silence, Along looked at Yanyan, then at Xu Gangzi. Brother Gang, Yanyan, does she not know Shen Qingming is Song Zhang's girlfriend? Xu Gangzi suddenly smiled in relief, taking a melancholy drag of his cigarette. Some people know everything perfectly well. They just don't want to wake up.